Wait, don't send it to me yet.
Okay.
When I stop looking down, then send it.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Tap in. Tap in. Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Shout to Jay Black, Sexy Mo, Shawnee Scott. I'm trying to get Jay on here on the IG Live. Let me see. Jay, for those who are just joining us who have never had this problem, Jay Black is the problem child of getting on IG Live. We don't know why. We don't know why he just can't have his screen pop the fuck up. But for some reason, we got comments already. Kathy, you up early? Okay, Kathy.
Yes. Hey, Kathy. Good morning.
All right, let me see if I can get Jay Black on here.
Yes.
We got a big show. We got celebrity Claudia Jordan on the show this morning. Y'all know her from reality shows, hosting reunions of reality shows. She's done stuff before that with Jamie Foxx on Sirius XM. And she's willing to go in. So shout to Claudia Jordan for actually rocking out with us. Rodney Perry. Damn, Rodney Perry is up early.
Good morning.
Good morning, birthday twin.
Oh,
Damn, Rodney.
When y'all birthday?
September 15th.
Oh, we got time.
Mm-hmm.
She said birthdays. Shout out to Rodney Perry. He's up in here. Let me read these comments. If y'all want to get on the Instagram Live, and Rodney, if you ever want to just, Rodney Perry said, "Kid back to school." Shout to them real fathers out there.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
No nanny. He's up himself doing it, getting the kids together, picking out the outfits too.
I love that.
Rodney.
You gotta pick out the outfits the night before.
We expect nothing less. Good morning, amigos. Stephanie said his first day back at work today. Pray for me with the teachers and kiddos. Stephanie, you got our prayers. I don't know about the rest of the crew. I pray at night. I don't know about I think Mo might pray at night. I think Shawnee.
I pray at night and in the morning.
Yeah, Jay Black just goes to sleep.
Former thugs don't pray. I don't know about retired thugs. Do they? No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
Like, what is he saying?
I can't deal with you.
So yeah, Mike was right. We got Claudia Jordan today. We also got Talent, the comedian.
So we do have Talent coming up.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, Mike was right. We got Claudia Jordan today. We also got
we
Talent.
got a lot. Hey,
I'm sorry. Okay, now I just sent it.
So Talent, one of my longtime friends, actually had the host. And I'm going to get to everybody's good morning. Had the host. Not had the host, but did host Biz Marquis' the legendary 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. He hosted his memorial. I guess it was a funeral memorial
celebration, homegoing. Yeah.
And I always thought that was a tough job because especially when they know you're a comedian, they're like, "Well, go ahead, lighten it up." But then thugs be on. Stephanie had a comment. Thugs be on their knees, laugh out loud, begging, please. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that.
I sent you the request, Mike.
Okay. All right. Good morning, Mo. What's going on?
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
Last 2 days of school for me. I'm waiting.
Waiting
I need
for
a
what?
break. My son goes to school all year round, for those who don't know. And so, I'm the Uber driver, the short order cook. And so, in between this show in the morning time, for him, I have to go back and forth to the school. And it's about like 40 minutes away. So I got 2 more days and I get a break from being an Uber driver.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. 2 more days and then you get to chill for a little while.
Yes. Not sleep in, but at least chill. I ain't got to put no pants on. I could dress from the waist up on the show again.
Why would you? Wow.
Just saying.
She gave the visual.
Transparency. We got
I'm about to start promoting that. Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends with Sexy Mo. Don't wear pants.
Hey.
Good morning, Shawnee Scott. What's going on?
Good morning, Michael Shawn. Well, she's 2 days away from no school. I am 4 days away from starting school.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas start in August, which I never understood. I don't think kids should have to go to school in this heat in August. Like,
well, they got out in May.
Yeah, but I just think they should decipher it by the heat. Like, May ain't really popping with the heat. Like, I would think. Well, I guess that makes sense. In
Texas, it's just hot. It might be hot at Christmas. We might be. I
think these kids need a longer break. Like, get off in May, come back in September. Like, everything will be good. Like, stop. So, how was your night?
It was good. I slept. I was asleep most of the day yesterday.
So as long as you slept, that's good.
Yeah. I caught up on rest. No track practice. Yay. For 29 more days. I'm counting down. 29 more days. They go back in 29 days.
Sleep is healthy. Trust. All y'all people who talk about, I'll sleep when I die. That's not sleep. That's called die.
It's called death.
It's not sleep. That's called death. You can't hit the what is that noise?
I had to tighten the mic because my kid's been over here playing on it apparently while I was asleep. So
you can't hit the snooze button when you die. Like, stop. Like, I was asleep when I died. Like, every doctor I've ever been to, I'll say this 6,000 times, has always said the key to a healthy life is sleep.
Yeah, and water.
Yeah.
And then the water is a secondary thing because you need water. But if you don't sleep, Stephanie said we got out in June, did summer school, and now it's our district primo dieback. Okay.
First day.
Oh.
That's Spanish first day.
Good morning, Suave.
Good
morning,
Suave.
Suave, man.
Sorry.
But for real, like, people, y'all gotta understand, sleep is super important. Jay Black, how was your night?
Good night. Got all my Big Brother stuff in. Got all my Olympic stuff in. I watch my little shows. So yeah, I'm good.
You got your Olympic. What'd you get your Olympic stuff in?
I was just all into that track and field yesterday. That track and field is dope. It's fun to watch.
When you're not calling them men.
Well, no, some of the women was a little masculine, so that's what I was talking about.
Was it the dark skin ones or was it the light skin ones?
No. Some of them they just look a little masculine. That's all I was saying. I can't be honest. I can't see some of the.
No, Jay don't like women. Masculine. Jay don't like women when they have 0% body fat and they're toned up and muscles is like pop. He's not used to that.
No, a lot of them was just Sydney McLaughlin from the USA. She's dope. She's really dope.
Yeah.
She won her qualifying heat. So yeah, I'm just been all into this Olympics watching. And then of course all my Big Brother stuff. I'm a little Big Brother fan. I like watching that show. All the behind the scenes.
I have never watched that show one day in my life.
They got live cameras on them. Like right now, I can log into this app and watch them and see what they're eating, what they're doing, what they're conspiring against. It's fun.
That's the weirdest ever.
Yeah. Why would you want to watch somebody like that?
It's a show. It's interesting because they plot to vote people out. You can see who's conspiring against who's really teamed up. It's I don't know. It's interesting to me.
I'm talking about for 24 hours.
Between the show? Yeah.
Yeah, like when the show is off the air, why do we want to watch them? You can watch them go to the bathroom and sleep and stuff?
Well, you don't watch them in the bathroom. You can see them go to the door inside, but then they come out.
Hold on, somebody said you've been working out, Jay. Look like your face is slimming down.
I take that. Thank you, Suave 7. Yes. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Good morning, Afro Queen. Good morning. But yeah, that was my night.
It is a little weird. That show is a little weird. Just to follow people that aren't even like, it's not like they talented. Just I'm following regular folks, just following them and then following them and then following them. But I've never been into like what was the place? What was the island? The show where they get kicked
Survivor?
Off the
Survivor?
I never watched Survivor when everybody was watching. I was like, what? Okay, all right, but hey, everybody got their thing. Now the Olympics is something different because I don't know. I don't want to get because Shawnee knows more about track than I'll do ever. But there's this thing called, and it already stopped, but it's a thing called the triple jump. It's not the long jump, it's the triple jump. Mm-hmm. And they run really fast, and then they jump 3 times, and then they do the actual jump. And I'm like, who made this shit up? Like, why? Like, who decided the long jump wasn't good? The long jump to me is crazy. But somebody was like, I'm not that good at the long jump, so let's make some new shit up where we jump 3 times.
We can't bust this triple.
Yeah, we jump 3 times and then we jump. And I was like, what? What is the point of that?
Good
Like,
morning, Diane.
and mind you, it looks so awkward, but I know I can't do it. I know it's amazing.
Are you judged for each of the 3 jumps? Like 1, 2? Is that judged or just
it's like a hop, step.
Yes.
Skip and jump.
It's 3 hop
Like
steps.
a hop, step.
Good morning, Ash.
And
You're
jump.
about to turn that into a whole line dance.
Yeah. They skipped
Yeah.
3 times and then they launched themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, but what the fuck is the difference? I know long jumpers be like, bitches, y'all just can't fuck with us. Like, y'all can't do this. Y'all can't do the regular long jump. And then the long jump came out, and when I'm watching the long, because I like you said, Mo, track and field is amazing, and sometimes you're not familiar with the rules and everything like that. So with the long jump, they all go in there, and they all stand, not all, it's just like some particular athletes, and mind you, there's no crowd there. So they bring their contingent with their country. So they'll have like 15 people or 20 people, and then before they jump, if you nice with it, you start making everybody clap. And you do this. And then they look. Okay. They're like, come on, clap. Come on, clap.
Then put your hands together. Come on, clap. Yeah.
Come on, clap.
Everybody clap.
So one, I think it was it an Italian dude? He got him clapping. He was like, come on, clap. He was like this. He was like, we going. Motherfucker took off and killed it. And I was like, okay. So then I see now the females are doing. I'm like, oh, they all do it and clap. They're like, clap. Come on, clap.
Hop, skip, and jump.
No, there's not the hop, skip, and jump. There's a long jump.
That's what Rodney's saying on IG Live.
Yeah. Oh, it used to be called the hop, skip, and jump. So this girl got everybody hyped, and she takes off. And there's a point where you take off where there's a little dude that if you step on it and you step too long, he just puts the red flag. Yeah. Or he puts the white flag. The white flag is you're good. Mm-hmm. The red flag is that don't even count, bitch. Like that's what it is. He just throw up the red flag, said that don't even count. That don't even count. And it ain't his fault. They got all video evidence, the whole 9. So this girl was like, and I was like, go get it. She was kind of cute. I was like, go get it. And she knew her thing was so bad that when she stepped on the board, she already knew she had a penalty and she just walked through the dirt. And I said, get the fuck out. You ain't even going to jump. She just walked through the dirt. She just walked and she walked off. And I was like, what?
She probably knew her footing was off.
Yeah.
Like,
if you cross that line, it don't matter. Save your energy. Oh, that's a lot to do that. Yeah, Carly used to do the long jump and that tear their legs up and stuff.
But Shawnee, that was her last jump. Well, that was it.
She stepped on the line.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You might as well jump. Damn. And just so, because I seen people jump and the red flag comes up, but they had a huge jump so they can be like, yo, I killed it. And by half an inch, there was one dude who actually.
You can't step on it at all. Yeah, I saw that. You can't step on it at all.
You can't do this. You can't. Everybody. No, you gotta jump. Damn it.
Rodney said it's been around since the 1800s.
Yes, I know, Rodney.
It has the jumping thing?
Yes, of course it's been around since the beginning of time.
Since the Greece games.
But I know this ain't been around. 1800, they wasn't doing it. Everybody.
Jacqueline, morning, Queen Born.
Morning, Queen.
Good morning, Queen.
So then, I really like the Olympics because I realized like track and field, I get because it doesn't take long to get it. You're like, okay, even if you're doing the shot put, even if you're doing the discus, what's the hammer one, Shawnee? That look everybody's the hammer throw. Okay, they have like everybody look like Thor. Everybody look like
yeah.
And I was like, okay, I get all that.
Do that. You just gotta be in shape.
Now, this is what I don't like when they do. So they do the hurdles. The hurdles look very uncomfortable. Anybody who's mastered the hurdles, God bless you.
Because they start you small. Carly is training for the hurdle. She just didn't run it this year. But yeah, she's been training for about a year.
God bless my little.
Supposed to start.
God bless my little Carly soul. Because when I tell you that looks so damn uncomfortable, it looked like your hamstrings need to be pulled out.
As soon as you go to leap.
Like they need to, like a doctor needs to just remove my hamstrings while I'm running the hurdles. Like I'm running to just remove them. And that, and then it's crazy how what was the last thing I saw yesterday? It wasn't the hurdles.
And they did the hurdles in the rain yesterday, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah, they wasn't giving a game. I was sitting there like, damn, your time frame is that like they were like, no, we got to run.
Down rain, or it was just raining a little bit.
It was pouring down. You could see it was pouring. They was getting drenched. They
had raincoats on. I said, God damn, they running with raincoats. When they shot the gun, I was like, God damn, raincoat number 5.
But I would think that would be dangerous. You know what I mean? Like running and trying to do the hurdles while it's raining.
They still practice in the rain, like when it rains. But it is if it's pouring down. Well, if it starts lightning, that's when they call. That's when they call.
Mark, good morning.
Mark.
What up?
Mark and Mrs. Mark. Mrs. Mark is on here too.
Yes.
So I enjoy the track and field because it's a bunch of stuff that I could never do. I'm like, I see. And then they have an angle when they show everybody running, they have an angle. They broke like 2 records yesterday. And like number 1 broke the world record. Number 2 had broke the former world record. And number 3 broke the world. And it was like, what the? And the American lost to I should have wrote this down. But when they show an angle, there's an angle that they show the track stars running. They don't even look real. It looks like you're watching a movie that they're making believe that they're enhancing the speed. And I'm going like, yo, how in the hell do you train that hard that you can move that fast in 100 meters and do 100 meters in like some ridiculous... Think about this, y'all. If I leave my apartment and I go to my parked car, I can't get there in 10 seconds. How in the fuck are y'all... Like, it's just like...
You know, I know about this because I ran track. I did that. So I could speak on it.
Spanky, you ran track in high school?
I ran track. No, not in high school. It was middle school. Junior high. It was middle school. Yeah, it was middle school.
Oh, middle school.
They be like, you don't shut the fuck up.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
He's a part-time coach too. Okay. He'll call Carly before the track meet.
Jay Black, what was your time? What was your time? What was your time?
I don't like to go into exact numbers. You know, because sometimes it ain't always about breaking records and winning medals. It's about being there and being a part of it. And I did
part of the team.
The 200 and the 16 by 400. I did the little relay. That was my 2 events.
You were in the 7th grade.
I was still the 200 is the 200. You still got to train and prepare.
They didn't even do seconds. They did minutes.
Whatever.
What was your time? 10 minutes. Did you make it to the pen relays?
Yes, I made it. Yes, I ain't win at the pen relays, but I made it there. Yes. Yes.
No, I'm not.
All right, you keep sleeping on me when I was in middle school. Yeah.
For those who don't know what the pen
in through the nose, out through the mouth. That's what they used to teach us. In through the nose, out through the mouth.
I never ran 1 lap of track, and I know that, Jay. You ain't dropped no knowledge. You dropped no knowledge.
No special tidbit.
I knew that from the swim team. Goddamn.
Pretty much any sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, pretty much life. In through the nose,
out through the mouth.
You don't give me no credit. All right, it's all good.
You can go to an aerobics class. In through the nose, out through the mouth.
When you're having a baby,
in through the nose,
having a baby, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can be choking on something at a barbecue, and they're like, in through the nose,
out through the mouth.
A girl could try and make you not come too fast. It's like, boo, in through the nose.
Breathe slow. In through the nose. Listen to me. Take the titty out your mouth. In through the nose.
In through the nose. Out through the mouth.
Fucking cloud all y'all want. But yes, the Olympics is on. Oh wait, did Simone do good? She was supposed to perform at 4:50 this morning. I set my DVR.
Oh, damn it.
She was back on the balance beam. I don't know if she.
I said my whole thing. How we feel about Simone Biles saying, I got a lot of things going on, and then picking and choosing when she like I was with her. I'm with her. I rock with her.
Mm-hmm.
But let me try and make this like real personal. Boo. When you say you're not going, you can't come back.
Yes, she
she
can.
got a bronze.
Yes,
she only got a bronze.
Why?
Yes, she can. She didn't compete with the team. She did her individual. And they have the team competition and then the individual. And I understand that because I feel like her little coaches and trainers should have fought a little bit harder for her. And that whole thing of, we're not gonna judge her on this. Because the team ain't with me. So why I'm helping y'all out.
When she broke it down, I really understood her a lot.
I heard to break it down, but you got to say no or you got to say yes.
Yeah,
you do.
No, to y'all, but as far as me over here, what I want to accomplish for myself.
Yeah, but you didn't accomplish. But what you did is you ruined. Like,
wait a minute, what?
I'm on her side. No, Simone Biles just ruined her legacy by winning a bronze.
I don't. You were
better. You were better off not competing at all. She never lost. No. Simone Biles is the GOAT. That's like Michael Jordan. That's like Michael Jordan winning a bronze.
It could happen. You ain't gonna
No, Michael Jordan never won a bronze. Never in his life. Never.
I still think it humanized her even more.
But
and made her more relatable.
So why couldn't she
compete?
Why? But my thing is like this, and I'm on her side,
right?
But my thing is like, girl, you said your mental health wasn't right. Within a few days, you got it right.
Because she had to say that to be politically correct. She couldn't say, I ain't doing this because y'all ain't got my back. Because that's really what it was about. And I said that it's not her mental health. She tired of carrying some people that's not going to have her back. It's the same thing that happened in corporate America. You doing everything for the team and the team riding your back. Okay, she doing it. But then when some heat come, they all take their hands off and you're on your own.
She should have, when she was done, she should have left. She left. Like her advisors, she did that. She went back. She only went back because her sponsor said, you got to do something. That's why she went back.
Or maybe she didn't want to drag the team down because if she's not,
she already dragged the team down.
She already
meaning affecting.
They already lost.
No, they medaled. They still medaled.
No, but they didn't get they didn't get the goals that they were
going to get. As long as you get a medal at the Olympics,
that's not what the U.S. does in gymnastics, and we don't give a fuck about a bronze.
A silver? You don't care about a silver or a bronze?
Nobody cares about a silver or a bronze. Nobody gets on the Kellogg's cornflakes box with a silver or a bronze.
Point taken. You don't support me, but I'm carrying this team. Let's see how y'all do without me.
Yes.
And what happened?
But then don't go back, and you played yourself by going back.
But she didn't take a spot with the team. Right. Thank you.
She didn't play herself.
Yes, she did. She got a bronze.
No, she didn't. She probably did that on purpose.
No, she didn't do it
on purpose. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to half-ass this. I'm going to show y'all what I can do.
No, she didn't because let's be clear. God bless her. I love her. But when you're making millions of dollars from sponsors who are cutting you checks quarterly, they're like, you better do something. And she had to get back on there to do something.
And she did enough to get a medal. Listen, I would love for you to switch places for just a day. And then I don't think anything we would say, it doesn't make sense to you because you ain't never experienced that like that. I completely understand what she did. And I'm like, yeah, okay, good job. Yeah, that's how you do it.
But what I'm saying is she should have just left and not touched the thing again. And nothing is in her legacy except gold medals. You don't add a bronze.
That might have hurt her. Just the thought of thinking.
You don't add getting knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. You don't add. You don't go back. And your car. When you're Carl Lewis. Let me ask you something. Carl Lewis. What medals did he have that is a bronze?
I don't know. I didn't keep up with
Edwin Moses. Edwin Moses, Michael Johnson.
I don't
those
know.
guys.
I can talk about Usain Bolt though.
Yes,
Usain Bolt started out where he wasn't doing that well. Then he was the fastest man in the world. His last race, he lost.
No, he lost not in the Olympics. He didn't lose. He never lost in the Olympics.
Yes, he did.
He lost when he first got there.
No.
His last race was not. He did not lose his last race. He won his last race. He retired.
After he didn't win, the other little boy on the Jamaican team is the one who won it. The younger
in his last Olympics.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna look it up when I get off the phone because I think he never. His last Olympics is when he was looking back as he crossed the line.
And so even with Lady Q said this isn't the first bronze she got. So even with that, do you honestly think, Mike, that she discussed how even when she's at her best and at her most optimal, they still judge her harshly or they don't judge her fairly. So if I know that if I'm putting 110% in it and you're still not giving me my just due because you think it's not fair that I win all the time, as she put it, you think all of a sudden I'm going to be at a bronze level performance?
So y'all think wait, y'all think she did it on purpose?
She possibly could have. I mean,
I'm not in her mind. I'm not in her mind.
I don't know. She possibly could have. But everything that happened, and that right there, that's what happens in the court in the corporate boardroom. What y'all doing is the same thing. No. I'm telling you what I know.
That girl is one of the greatest competitors ever.
Right.
There's no competitor ever that's going to perform to get a bronze. So y'all tripping now. Ain't no I don't care what sport it is. I don't care if it's boxing, basketball. Ain't nobody going there to get a bronze. She ain't get a bronze on purpose. So now y'all taking it a bit too far. Ego in itself in front of the world is not getting a bronze on purpose. If anything, she would get a gold on purpose to be like, I feel better.
That's probably what a man would do, but women are wired differently.
But Stephanie,
not competitors.
Simone has proven everything that she needed to prove. Period.
And Stephanie
ain't got to do nothing else.
And that is my point. Why go back? You prove right there. Why even if you decide that mentally you're not right?
But that was a lie. Like that's the part you got to understand. She said that to be politically correct.
But Shawnee, you don't know that. Your assumption is that. Your assumption is that
says she can do anything she wants. I get it. But why do all that for whatever medal? She's under control. I think that's what she's probably trying to prove. So think did she have she's taking back her control? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying 5 days ago you said you couldn't.
Mike, don't we all at times think we can't do something? Then you start to feel better and think, I got this, I can do this. Well, this balance beam ain't as challenging as the other ones. I want to give it a go. I'm here. It's going to eat me up 6 months from now. I'm like, man, I should have gave it a try. I should have tried. I felt better.
Doug, I get it. I'm on her side. I'm just saying I'm on her side till all of a sudden you decide, okay, I'm going to come back now. You got to say no or yes. This is not at your beck and call.
Well, these Olympics
is. No, but this is what I'm saying. This is when
absolutely it
but
is.
What I'm saying is then don't say you were one of their teammates on the Olympic team. Don't tell them girls you were one of their teammates.
But they told her that they want to hurt.
Whoa! The girls didn't do anything to her.
But if I'm not mentally right, I don't want to drag you down. If I perform horribly and you don't medal because of me, that's going to eat me up. So I'm taking myself out of that equation for the team. But
let me ask you this, Jay,
I can handle it if it's from individual.
Well, let me ask you this. You, right now, for the team, for us to win the all-around gold medal, right? I'm not good. And me and you are competing. You're my teammate. Once again, before I go any further, I have supported her. I still support her. I'm just giving an opinion on something. If you're a teammate, if me, Jay Black, we're teammates, and I'm not good,
Well, you wouldn't be my teammate. You wouldn't even be there if you ain't good.
Wait. No. I'm not good mentally. What the fuck are you
Okay,
talking
okay.
about?
Oh, I
I'm
thought
not
you said
good
I was
mentally,
skillful.
smart
Go ahead.
ass. Like, what are you talking about?
All right, go ahead.
So we compete, and I go, when you need me to win a goal, the team win a goal.
Mm-hmm.
I go, I'm not good. Then 4 days later, when it's just me winning a gold and a chance to win, I go, now I'm good. So I took a gold medal from you because as a team, we could have won a gold medal if I was performing. And then 4 days later, I go, yeah, I'm going to try and do this for myself.
And the reality is, you've been with me during this journey for those 4 days. You know what I've been doing to rehab. I'm with you. I'm still clapping for you. I'm cheering. They know that I'm working through these twisties challenges. So it's not like I just disappeared. You with me on that journey to know as a teammate that I'm fighting through this.
Yeah, but 4 days later,
yeah,
I'm good.
I'm not good. I'm good enough to compete for this, and take that chance. And you know that because you're with me.
Listen, Jay ain't say this is what when we have these conversations, this is what kills me. Jay, say what you would really say if I really sold you out, and then 4 days later I went for myself.
It's not. I don't think it's you selling me out. I think your mental is your mental.
Okay, how about this? How about this, Jay? How about this? We do a comedy show and we can make $20,000, and you're part of it. And we can make $20,000 and we're part of it. Then 4 days, I say I can't do it. I'm not mentally right. Then 4 days later, I make $50,000 without you. I'm the main focus. You don't look at me sideways and go, "Wait, you're good now?" See, you couldn't, and you're gonna say you couldn't try. You couldn't try 4 days ago, but now you're good to get your own individual money. Once again, I'm on her side. I'm giving a perspective before everybody goes crazy. I'm giving a perspective. because all those people on that team, their money goes up if they all win a gold as the U.S. team. They all get money. So what I did was 4 days later, I'm better. I've been in the same Olympic place, doing the same thing. 4 days later, I go back by myself and go now this medal is all me. This comedy,
but your comedy show is not life threatening. If she falls incorrectly and snap her neck and die, that's something completely different. To get injured is a difference. So your analogy.
So
for
4
me,
days later, she was good to do the balance beam. The most dangerous. The balance beam is the most dangerous. Yes, it is.
Not according to the commentators. They were saying that this is if there was one that she could do, this would be the one. Her only concern would be is the dismount. And if she lessened the difficulty on that dismount, she could probably do it, is what they're saying from everything that I was watching.
So she skipped everything else. And you're going to tell me. Now, the one thing is that these white girls can't even say nothing. These white girls can't even say how they feel.
But you also don't know the treatment that she may have received behind the scenes either.
Which is drugs. Because in 4 days, everybody
getting high.
In 4 days, they're giving you drugs. If they want to get your anxiety down.
For the last 4 days, she's a competitor and watching her people compete. And you're inspired by that. You want to do it too. You're there. There's a vibe, it's an energy. And it's like, I think I can. I've been practicing behind the scenes. I'm getting all these encouraging words. And then I know the balance beam is the least life-threatening. Yeah, as a competitor, I'm sure Michael Jordan or LeBron James, they're going to want to get out there and give that a shot. No different than the NBA Finals. Is Game 7. Your team needs you. You've been hurt, but you're going to fight through it. You're going to try, or I don't know. I just look at it differently.
Yeah, let's go back to your football analogy. I'm glad you brought that up. Let's go back. Let's go to your football analogy right now. Let's just say you're a football team or a basketball team, and you say, I am mentally out of it. Not going to. And once again, I'm not downplaying. I'm just putting this out there. I'm mentally out of it. Can't play with y'all. He gets traded. 2 weeks later, he's playing in the NBA Finals saying, I'm better. Got traded from your team. Let's just say it was possible. Got traded from your team. And he said, first round of playoffs, can't do it. Can't do it at all. Gets traded to another team. And 3 weeks later, NBA Finals, he's playing. What'd you say about him, Jay? And don't just do it for the radio.
If it's not life threatening, there's a difference. But her situation is life threatening.
Okay,
right?
football.
Round off, handoff.
Hold on. Let's switch. Let's do football. Football is life threatening every time you get on the field. Let's do football. It's life threatening every time you get on the field. There's nothing more dangerous than football.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to another team and says, "Okay, we now in the Super Bowl. I'm playing. 3 weeks ago, you weren't playing for the other team." 3 weeks ago, you said I wasn't good. Now you want to risk your life for whatever, the Raiders, the Dolphins, or whatever. What you gonna say about that football player, Jay, when he leaves your team?
I don't know the rehab procedures them 3 weeks. Just like T.O. with the Eagles, he was hurt, broke a leg, he came back right for the Super Bowl. Like,
Jay,
I don't know the rehab.
I'm not trying to win, Jay. I'm in favor of her. Stop trying to win the argument. And just say what you would say if a guy left your team and said, I can't play in the first round of the playoffs. And then 3 weeks later said, mentally, I'm back. And he's helping somebody else win a Super Bowl, which is himself. What would you say?
I would have to know his full journey. I couldn't just look at it as a blanket. I know you want me to just say, yeah, I feel some type of way.
No, because I know you as an Eagle fan. I know you as an Eagle fan.
Contrast. But
I know you as an Eagle fan. I know you as an Eagle. I'm just saying, if I'm on that team and I go like, oh, for real, you're good in 3 weeks to do your individuals, but you left us hanging 3 weeks ago? Like all of a sudden the medication they gave you kicked in and you're good now?
But you don't know what, because even before the Olympics, Simone did an interview where she talked about people being upset because they were not as good as her, and she knew that she was treated differently. So you know, you don't know where all of it was coming from. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, her trainers, her coaches, her team should have fought harder for her to be able to be judged the way that she had always been judged. But to come out and say, well, we're not gonna count that because the other girls can't do that. Well, who's complaining about what they can't do? Because it didn't start when she got to the Olympics. It started right here in the States.
And I get it, and I totally understand it.
But I think that Olympics is just icing on the cake.
Yeah,
but when you miss your first flip and you land, and then you go, I got the yips. I'm not mentally right here. How are we supposed to deal with the situation if you're telling the world you're not mentally right, and that's why you left?
Because that was the politically correct answer to give.
Okay,
so say what she was really thinking.
Well, then that's not our problem.
But that's the same thing for her. How y'all feel ain't her problem.
No, but what I'm saying is, this whole thing is the teammates going, oh, really? You gonna do you?
Really, I'm gonna do me. Because like I said, who is the one? Who are the ones that are complaining about not being able to do her moves? Again, that's a conversation that started way before the Olympics. It started in the States.
I get it, and she's right. But if I'm a teammate, I go like, and that's why then you get, this is my point with her. My whole point first. Don't perform again, because the bronze doesn't do anything for your legacy.
No,
you just go like that. If you're really making a protest, you go like, I'm not effing with y'all because you guys have disrespected me and you're judging me on a different level. So I'm not going back. I'm like, I'm good. Goodbye.
No, she doesn't have to stop her whole career because she can't do it individually. She helped them get a medal. Now, as a team, this year she did help them get one medal.
So what you're saying?
If my team is not going to have my back, and that's the thing that gets me, is like everybody is jumping on her, but nobody's. It's always
jumping on her.
There's no accountability.
There's no accountability for the other people.
Yes,
she made a decision. She made a decision to say, okay, if the team ain't supporting me, why am I supporting the team?
So why are you supporting? Let me ask you something. Why are you supporting the same Olympics that did this to you? If the Olympics did this to you and said, we're treating you badly, why run back and get third when you're the GOAT? You're the greatest of all time. So why run back? And either you go like, listen, I'm not going to tell you the whole story. Not gonna tell you the whole story. It's my mental thing. But then you ran back and you took part with the same judges that you was mad at. The same judges that y'all said that she said was like, they not treating me fair. You ran right back to get judged by the same judges, and they gave you a bronze. That's what I'm saying. You don't go back at all.
What's the time? What's up with the time?
No. I'm saying timing is everything.
But my thing is, but they played her when you go back.
No.
Yes.
I mean, she can do what she wants to do as an individual, Mike.
Shawnee, I understand that, but if you are against the same system and then you run back to the same system and then they strategically give you a bronze.
That's Mike all day stuff. Yeah.
Wait a minute, I'm trying to understand what she's saying.
Team member hollering.
Mike is that.
Basically, you that one complaining. Why she can't do this? Why do you do that? But what about us? You whine.
No, my whole thing is like, I was with her for this, but don't fuck with them at all. Don't even give them a chance to ever judge you again. You are the GOAT. You are the greatest gymnast of all time. Don't allow them to ever judge you again. But what happened is her sponsors were in her ear and they were like, go back. Go back. And my thing is, get on a flight and get on out of there. You don't have anything to prove. You're literally the greatest gymnast that has ever touched the mat. And then when you go back and get judged by the same people that you know were screwing you to begin with, and you get a bronze, it doesn't make no... Jay,
you don't want to not place.
Jay,
you want to.
Let me ask you something. Does Tom Brady give a damn about losing the Super Bowl? No. All he worries about is winning the Super Bowl. Tom Brady don't give a damn about second place. Carl Lewis don't give a damn about second place. None of the greatest ever. She is on that level. She is one of the greatest ever to ever touch that mat. She don't give a damn about the bronze. She ain't gonna put that bronze in her house. She don't care about the bronze. Those people are on a level that you can't touch. Don't give a damn about all bronze and silvers. All they're worried about is that I have the world record and I'm killing it. That's all I'm saying. Like, why play yourself? Don't ever mess with them again. Ever.
So I think as with any person who's in any type of competitive sport, there's always a method to their madness when you see a shift like this. So none of us know what's going on in her mind. None of us know what her ploy or her plot is or her end game to this whole thing is. But I definitely believe that there's a method to her madness to why she chose.
It's called her sponsor said you better do something. And we're giving you $20 million.
But even
like we can all deny that.
And never got another sponsor, Mike, she's set. I don't even think it's so much about the money.
No. When somebody says, you have signed a contract, the last thing you want is that lawsuit to come back to get that $20 million.
That's true.
Like, I was just like, don't perform for these people.
But for $20 million, allegedly.
Yeah, and I would have done it too. And then do it like, Mike, you got to get $20 million. You got to get, and I'd have been like this. Fuck, I didn't even think about that. Oh, all right, here I go.
What if you don't land on your feet and break your neck? Like, okay.
Stephanie said, Mike, we will never know the truth. She's just letting those folks that support everything, and just like God, he give us and take it away. She did not play herself. They tested it and she smelled that stank. Respect her, because I'm not saying, dog,
that Mike is like the dad that's saying, baby girl, let's go. Forget these people.
Dog, you do. It's not even like the dad. Either you for it.
Good point, Kathy.
Either you for it or you against it. That makes her smart. Don't mess with my money. Yes, but then my problem is then if you don't mess with the money, you got to be strategic. You got to be Floyd Mayweather, or you got to be somebody's like, I don't give a damn, I'm out. Floyd Mayweather is going to be strategic and like, I don't care, I'll make this happen. If you all the pressure that this young woman caught was because she didn't perform. Then she goes back simply because of them sponsors. Once she left, I was like, I'm all for you. Fuck them. We don't care. We don't give a damn about them. Like Shawnee said, the judges treated you like shit because you're trying to do stuff that none of these white girls all over the world can do. I get it. But once you go back it takes away from your stance.
Mm.
That's all I'm saying.
In her case, I don't think so, because on her worst day, they still not as good as her.
Yes, they were.
On their best day.
But they were.
According to who?
So the U.S.
It's
the
like
U.S. got gold medal over her. Somebody on the U.S. in the U.S.
It don't matter. You're not competing against your teammates. You're competing against the world. You go there to compete against the world, and she got
walked
third.
away. But she walked away from her team. Mm-hmm. She walked away from her team. So, did team members? Did any of the other U.S. people? Let's see. I'm gonna see.
Oh yeah, the little girl yesterday.
She did.
Girl, she got the gold in the floor exercise.
No, on the balance beam. In the
balance beam. Yeah, that happened 450 last
night. But y'all got me so confused, because when she said she went to her teammates and said, "I can't compete because of my mental health," the teammates hugged her. So why
of course.
But
that's what they do. They're not gonna be like, "Well,
but Shawnee, but the beef
go." They not gonna do that.
But the beef is with the judges. Now the beef is with the other teammates, the other 15-year-olds and 18-year-olds.
Yeah, China got the gold and the silver, and then the U.S. got the gold for the balance beam.
You mean the bronze? Okay.
I mean the bronze. The bronze. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got a comment says Mike don't even know for sure it was about sponsorship. He talking like it's facts, and it might not be. Her legacy is not tarnished at all.
No, okay. Well, just watch media all day when you realize that the girl didn't have to go back and get a bronze.
I think maybe in about 5 years or so, if she doesn't compete in the next one, 3 years, we got 3 years till the next one comes back, because they're gonna get back on track. If she doesn't compete then she'll probably start telling what really went on.
She don't perform and get sued, and then they pay them for penalties to prove a point. Or I could place, not owe anyone anything, and walk away with a peace of mind. And to the person who put that text message, you don't know the opposite. But I will tell you this, it's funny how you couldn't do it, but 4 days later, you could. Don't take a brain surgeon to understand who was in when her team got to her and said, "You got to do something." I'm just saying, just go. Don't be a part. Like, I was rocking with you. I was rocking with you. Just get the hell out. Like, F them all. Like, when you say F them all, I'm down. F them all. You right. But then when you go back and you come creeping right back into the same racist environment that you were complaining about, right into the same racist situation you complaining about, you did it for a reason. And it wasn't because you felt like it. And just my opinion, everybody. All I know, if you were that adamant on I'm not doing it, if I'm that adamant, like I'm not doing it, somebody got in my ear 4 days later for me to go back. If I say fuck everybody, somebody got in my ear and said, we know you're unhealthy mentally, and we know you claim that you but we're gonna need you to get back on that balance beam in one of these events, and you pick and choose which one it is, but you're going to do something. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think that's out of the ordinary. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying with that. And I still root for her, and I wish that she could have had the greatest Olympics ever. She's still the GOAT. She's still the greatest gymnast of all time. And I'm saying male and female. I'm not just saying female. I'm saying both. She done rocked out and killed them both.
Let's take a break.
Well, happy birthday to Mark, our little photographer. Well, no, I shouldn't say little.
Our little photographer.
He's real big. His wife sent him a nice little shout out. He's 50 today, so happy birthday.
Nice.
What up?
Wow,
go. Happy birthday.
Ooh, happy
birthday.
And the wife sent it. Oh, that means you gonna have a good night tonight.
You're gonna have a good night.
You're gonna have a good night when wifey sent it. Wifey sent a happy birthday like that. Ooh, it's gonna be a whole bunch of dressing up and no disrespect. I'm just saying, it's gonna be a whole bunch of. It's gonna be candles lit. It's gonna be special songs being played. Whatever your favorite is, whatever your favorite. You know, everybody got a favorite. You gonna get your favorites. Thanks, fam. Okay, well, Mark, go ahead, make that happen. I'm trying to think of the last birthday I got what I wanted on my birthday. I think last birthday I got.
I'm pretty sure you got the gift that keeps on giving, Mike.
I hate when y'all say that. What's the last birthday y'all had that y'all got something good? That y'all got something good? Like just not a happy birthday. And I'm not saying like vagina or penis. I'm just saying like y'all got something good. Or okay, we'll keep it sex. Maybe sometimes the sex could be. Jay spoiled. 2018. What happened 2018?
I went to Dubai.
Oh, he took you to Dubai. Why didn't you marry him?
Why didn't you marry him?
Took you to Dubai.
Yes. So you gotta marry just because somebody took you to Dubai. And last time I checked, doesn't the man choose it?
But goddamn, you selfish like Simone Biles. Like we could have all ate off this. We could have all. We the Olympic team. We could have all ate off this.
A group trip.
No, he could have at least invested in the morning show or something. Like, why? What the hell?
Oh,
so did he go? Did the person go with you?
Yes.
And y'all, how long were y'all in Dubai? It wasn't a quick one because 24 hours, then maybe not.
No. We were there for like 7 days.
Oh wow.
I repeat my question. Why didn't you marry him? Do you still talk to him?
Of course.
Nice.
What kind of question is that?
What do you mean? What type of question is that? You know how many people I've been on vacations with I ain't never talked to every day? What the fuck are you talking about?
You've been on vacations. You done been on vacations and never talked to the.
I changed my phone number. God damn it! I changed my phone number. I don't never want to see you again. It wasn't Dubai. Maybe it was Orlando. But fuck, don't get bougie now.
It was just Florida.
So what? It was still Orlando. It was nice.
Disney World.
It was all inclusive. God damn, it was all inclusive.
Wow.
We saw the water.
Yeah, we saw the water the whole night. God damn. What is that thing in Orlando with all the clubs and everything? The clubs, Pleasure Island. Man, listen, Pleasure Island. If you ain't never been to Pleasure Island, it ain't for kids. It's just a mall of bars outside, and Mickey Mouse just happens to pop up every once in a while.
Oh wow.
What a drink.
Man, that is amazing. Might be like this last time I'm going to do anything with
that chick.
Right, real talk. Yeah. You gotta be kidding me. Mo tried to act like it didn't happen to her, but I'm sure it's happened to many a chick.
Of course not. But I'm just saying, well, what's the worst trip you ever been on? Like you actually been on vacation with somebody and you was counting the seconds until you couldn't get off the island?
No, I've never been. Have I? I think I was with somewhere with my ex-wife. I don't know if it was an island or something where I really wanted. I would just like I didn't understand. Yeah, I get that's the closest to it because it's like there wasn't even no sexual activities or nothing. Like it was miserable. Like really, it was like I didn't get it. I didn't get the point of spending. It wasn't my money, because I ain't had no money back then. So yeah.
Oh wow. So you was spending somebody else's money and you couldn't wait until you got off the island. I
couldn't. No, I didn't even know it was an island. I'm trying to think. Because such a long time ago. Was I 24, 25, some stuff like that?
That's why it's important to always have all inclusive if you're somewhere like that, so that you ain't gotta.
Yeah, that's when you know, because when you're not having a good time with somebody on a vacation, you realize like this is supposed to be the ultimate perfection. Like, you know, like this is like we have to get along. If you don't get along with somebody on vacation, my God. Yeah, but he took you to Dubai. Like, you should at least got pregnant. Laugh out loud, Mike. You sure? You should. You should at least trapped them.
We were supposed to go again, but the world closed down, and you know.
Man, let me tell y'all so lucky. I am not a sexy ass woman because I would have trapped all you rich ass motherfuckers. All my kids' dads would have been athletes. Everybody.
All my kids. Ooh.
All my kids. They would have been the starting five for somebody. They would have been like four. They wouldn't be walking around with 5 kids right now from different fathers and stuff like that. I would have kept it real. From the Golden State Warriors. That shit would have been the introduction of an all-star game. And little Miguelito.
1, 2, and 3, like George Foreman.
Y'all lucky. All right, let's take a break. We come back. I'll take a Black and Mild break. And then don't forget tonight. I always think tonight. We got Claudia Jordan on the show tonight. Today. God damn, I keep saying tonight. Claudia Jordan, housewives, reality shows. This lady has been, she's had so many. What'd you say, Jay?
No, go ahead. Keep going. You got
so many shows she's been on, from The Price is Right. If y'all don't know about The Price is Right, this girl got stories. Wow. Yep, she got stories that could take down Bob Barker, and none of y'all know who Bob Barker.
I want to hear.
If she really
was if she ran for Miss America too,
she ran for Miss America or Miss. I don't know all the misses.
America or Miss USA, one of them.
Miss USA. She was a track star in high school and college. She's done Sirius XM with Jamie Foxx and everyone. Like, so Claudia Jordan will be on here, and we can ask her this because I'm sure she can go all in. Like, she was really a track star. Like, I salute anybody who's a real athlete. Like, I'm not talking about like playing in the park and. What'd you say?
7th grade
disrespectful. You're not talking about middle school. You're not
talking about middle school relay.
No, we're not talking about that shit. It's like you telling me you was a comedian, but all you did was open mics. I don't give a damn. He's like, I did the open mics at the Penn Relays. So what?
So yeah, she's like in 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes. She should be on the show. I don't know what happened to Tom. I got to see what's going on. He was supposed to be our first guest.
He was supposed to come on at 7.
Yeah, he was supposed to have been up and at him. So I may reschedule him. And we also got a third guest today. Mike, the Dave, the attorney that actually interviewed Bill Cosby and his attorney.
Dave Anderson.
So yeah,
what's up, Dave?
AKA Taz.
And I want Dave to actually get on here.
Daddy.
And I got personal reasons I want him to get on here because when I talked to him and I realized that this guy talked to Bill Cosby's attorneys, I realized I wasn't wrong. I ain't saying I was right, but I know I wasn't wrong.
Affirmation?
I guess affirmation. I guess that's what it is. Jay Black, we not talking red light, green light. See, Stephanie, don't go. Well, you ain't got to do that, Stephanie. You ain't got to do that.
So disrespectful.
We ain't got to do it. The man ran.
I did it.
Simone Biles going to regret the decision she made. Too much work just to throw in the towel without even trying, but I'm glad she got back out there and did it anyway. David Burns. Shout out to Dave. Thank you for the comment.
If you say the sky is green and purple, he gonna say Mike is right. Mike is right.
The sky is green and purple, David.
Watch, Mike is right.
Mike got a good point because sometimes when you look at it,
Mike got it right. But Mike right.
The sky is green and purple.
Tickets, Dave, you want some tickets? Mike, give Dave some tickets.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And I keep saying, I'm for her. Try to say it over and over again because I don't want nobody thinking I'm not for the girl. I just think it was a bad decision to go back and jump on that balance beam and get third, especially when I'm used to getting first. I know you want to talk about depression. If you were really going through, even though Shawnee doesn't believe it was that, if it was that, you want to talk about really messing up your mental, is going up there and jumping up and getting third. When you used to getting first and you like, God damn, you want to talk about messing up your mental health and going back to that hotel room in Tokyo. And now allegedly, I'm saying this is my speculation. Your sponsor's going, really? We get third now? That's a lot of pressure. Listen, man, I hope everything works out for her. I really do, because that's too much pressure. I know I would have cracked under that pressure. When you got that much attention and you're like, okay, I'm going to do the balance beam and now get third. But anyway, we'll take a break. We'll come back. I will charge my phone because I'm trying to set up the phone, and hopefully Claudia Jordan get on not only on the show, but on my Instagram Live so we can get everybody. Shout out to everybody on here. Don't forget this Sunday night, it goes down to Arlington Improv. Get your tickets. Tap the link in my bio on Instagram Live. If you're watching us, 817-635-5555. We'll be back in 4 minutes. That normally leads up to 3 deep inhales. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Yeah! What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, Check this out. Well, hold up, Claudia. You made that, or is that an Uber Eats, or is that?
Look, like she don't cook. Look at her face. Like,
no, I just wanted to make sure you made that.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
I made breakfast. Look, I hooked it up. I had some home fries.
Oh damn!
That's real breakfast.
Mushrooms in it, and peppers, and jalapenos, and some bacon. I was like, if I'm gonna be up this early, I'm gonna make some breakfast. How y'all doing this morning?
Hey.
KJ! How was this like good? They said, you made that? I said, they asked if it was Uber Eats. Can you tell the fellas?
Uber Eats.
Was that Uber Eats, KJ? Keep it real. Keep it 100.
No, that's not Uber Eats. I cooked that.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio. Free Agent Radio. Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
First of all, when you did that, let me clear my throat. Did you know Dougie Fresh? Did you have a setup with Dougie Fresh? Was it a routine or did it just happen?
Well, first of all, Dougie was not in the original recording that was done at Bahama Bay.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. The way that came about, I'm going to try to tell you the most abbreviated version of it. Well, as a matter of fact, let's just talk about the night at Bahama Bay.
The original, okay.
Yes, which is the original recording, or rather, which is where the original recording comes from.
Right.
The way that even came about is my manager is from Philly, Walt Reeder Jr.
Shout out.
Walt Reeder.
Yes, what up, Walt?
The absolute best, all right? He booked me for a show in Philly that night because of the record that I had, 20-minute workout, which is a go-go record, which was now that you mentioned Dougie Fresh, which is based off of a beat from a track from a Dougie Fresh record, I'm Getting Ready, right? Which was produced by DC's own Red Essence. We're going to get into that part in a minute. So I was booked to do the show, and we just happened to perform Let Me Clear My Throat. And we recorded it live in one take. And nobody in the audience knew that we were going to record the song. The only folks that knew that we were going to do the recording was myself, my DJ, and my mobile studio engineers. That was it. Nobody knew. We had the place mic'd up and everything.
Nice.
So I counted it off, and we went into it with one take. And I guess 25 years later, the rest is history and God's blessings. You know what I mean?
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio. Free Agent Radio.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
Tap in. Shawnee, you don't want to put the tap in this time? Yo, she sees me just go by the screen.
Yeah, I can see you.
And I'll be like, and I hear it, I'm like, oh, let me sit down real quick. I was going to get my
if
bottle.
you're still moving, like if you don't start sitting, then I'll play something else. But if I see you start to bend, then I'm like, okay, we can go.
I heard DJ Cool. I was like, I got a few minutes, DJ Cool. And I walked by the screen to go get my water. Then I was like, it was like, I was like, what the hell? Okay.
Hey, we got to shout out one of our friends.
Who?
You might not know this, but KJ in Denver.
KJ.
She walked away from her job.
KJ left.
She resigned. She said she's making some major changes, and it was a tough decision, but she's out of there.
KJ, when I worked at K104, worked for KR&B and was so cool to me. Like, was so nice to me. But KJ is an entrepreneur to the 8th level. Like she gets it in. Like she gets it in. So we congratulate her for her move and God bless her. Kev, you see the shirt.
KevinKersey.com.
Yeah.
You see the shirts.
I need another shirt, Kevin.
You see the shirts. Muhammad Ali stood not going to fight war he was against. He got stripped of his title, all his endorsements and fights in the future. Blacks rallied around him, and then boxing came back and begged him to come back a year or two later. Well, they didn't beg. He had to fight for it. I'm a big boxing fan. Simone is young and is not around those to stand with her saying, don't perform as you said. And I, first of all, I'm not built for what Simone went through. I want to make that clear. I am not built to carry that pressure that she had and all the stuff that she's gone through. So it was just one simple thing. I wish, that she would have, but who am I? OMG, Mike, y'all, I didn't know y'all had the legend DJ Cool on here. I just cried when I see him and believe I miss him. Yeah.
You
go
miss
to
him.
YouTube.
You miss him.
Well,
Yeah, you miss him.
They can go to YouTube though. For
you hate you missed the show. Why do you cry when you see him?
I just cry when I see him and believe I'm. No, he didn't die.
He ain't dead.
He ain't dead. What?
And if you go to YouTube, type Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, all the full interviews are there, Dave. So that's everybody we've had on the show, from Fred Hammond to Bill Bellamy to DJ Cool. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Rodney Perry,
Lunel,
Johnny Gill,
Johnny
Bill
Gill,
Bellamy,
Petey Crack, Coco Brown. Actually, I got a list. You know what?
Yeah, we got a whole list. He's definitely alive. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Dave lived in DC, in the DC area at some point. I don't know, but he's good.
DJ Cool, yeah,
he's breathing.
He's on verses and all of that.
Like he still clears his throat. He still clears his throat. Like he still every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I've been keeping a running tab with different guests we had on. We only been on a couple months. We had a lot of guests. Fred Hammond, Talent, Quincy Harris, Freddie Mitchell, former Philadelphia Eagle, retired.
Yes.
Lunel, comedian. Lunel, Bill Bellamy, DJ Cool, Claudia Jordan stopped through once, Rodney Perry, Do It All, Lords and Underground. We had our own Miss Jones came on. We even had a magician, Randy Shawn, came through.
Shout out Randy. Hey, Randy. Randy, Mike, you can't even trip on that show. That was a good show.
That was a good show.
That was a good show.
That was a good show. The magician, Randy, he did it. Petey Crack, State Property. We also had Sparks. Emilio Sparks, State Property, Coco Brown, a comedian, of course, Johnny Gill, one of our faves, Johnny Gill, No Edition, Freeway, State Property, Freeway, Keita Rose, the influencer on social media. I actually, when Keita came on, Mike, I went and ordered one of her little mics. It was only $3.99. You know how she do the little mic to her.
Yes, yes.
I went and ordered one of those little mics.
What do you say?
I thought that was funny. Who else? But yeah, so I just been keeping the running tabs of a lot of people we had on. I ain't realize you had Sweet LD. Remember Sweet LD from MC?
Yeah, her birthday was yesterday.
The Oaktown 357.
You know what I didn't ask her? She's from 357 and all my big small fan. I always wondered what she thought when Biggie had that one line. What was it? Where Brooklyn at? Even if I have dreams. Yeah, even if I have MC Hammer and 357 B words.
Yeah.
Because DJ Cool is my boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he liked him. So yeah, so go check out the full interview, Dave. Okay. You should. It was a lot of insight, a lot of love, a lot of good insight. It was fun.
Who got the thing going on in the back?
That sounds like Jay Black making Pop-Tarts in the room.
Yeah, or something, because it ain't over here.
It sound like a
it is. It's coming from my neighborhood. Something
sound like a big bitch moving backwards.
Something going on outside.
Watch out for the big girls.
Oh no. There we go. Let me make this thing on here.
Yeah, the one thing about this StreamYard and Zoom, I was watching ESPN and it's this young lady, African-American young lady. She's so good. And they went to her on ESPN and she was breaking down some NBA trades that were going on. And the cops, the sirens started popping off at the outside of her window. Awesome lineup, Michael Shawn to take over. Thank you, Tam Tam. And she played it off. And I was like, man, this StreamYard and Zoom, that's the only thing about not being in the studio. You don't know what could happen. Like right now, Jay Black's wife could walk in and punch him in the face. And we'd be like, all right.
You got it. You
must have deserved it.
You must have said something. You must have deserved it.
And then actually, because you got to be on your toes, you're like, so, Miss Black, what do you think about Simone Biles?
Right.
We'll say you. Yeah.
The one thing I was surprised yesterday. I shouldn't say surprised because Bootsy really doesn't give a damn. And Bootsy got on there yesterday and started pushing back on the whole the baby thing and everything the baby said, and he was like, I can't believe y'all trying to push this gayness. And we had, what was the gentleman's name, Shawnee, that we had on the show last week? Coy,
yeah.
Coy, a gay man. We had him on here, and we had a couple on here, gay couple that adopted a child. And Bootsy was like, man, it's a damn shame y'all keep pushing this gay agenda on everybody. And when I'm watching it, I'm kind of not disagreeing, but then I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, haven't we put heterosexuality on everybody, on everything we do? But I got what he was saying. But it's like scary now because if you give your opinion on something, you know, this whole cancel culture has gotten out of control where if you give your opinion, they're like, they want to dead you off the door. And did y'all see the Bootsy?
He said something else. No, I would love to hear it. You got a clip, Shawnee?
Yeah. There we go.
It's sad how y'all trying to force this gay stuff on the world, bro. It's sad, bro. How y'all trying to ban artists. Y'all sad, bro. It's sad, bro. You know, in 10 years, it ain't gonna be normal for a kid to be straight. You know, it's sad, bro. Y'all trying to force it on these kids, bro. You know, you pushing it on the artists. Push it on all the biggest artists. You know why? Because the kids love those artists. You're attacking these kids. The kids love these artists. So we're going to make all them promote this shit. We're going to make all them promote it. And who going to follow? The kids. It's sad, bro. It's sad, bro. God doing backflips and his backflips right now.
I'm mad that he in a rolls and his seatbelt cover thing is off.
Yeah.
Has a missing button. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm mad too that he's like, it's sad, bro. It's sad, bro, because we've had this conversation about music. And the only genre that this happened, it was sad when y'all pushing murder and being a hoe was on the kids. Right. I mean, what are we talking about?
I think that's what annoys me about these festivals trying to ban stuff, because y'all want to engage in the culture. But then when hip hop disrespects you, even though y'all like hip hop disrespecting shit, y'all like it. Y'all like the arrogance and ignorance of killing other black people and smashing out black chicks. Y'all like that. But then all of a sudden, y'all catch feelings over something. And that is the one thing. If you're going to embrace hip hop, y'all better embrace everything that comes with it, which is a lot of ignorance. And can't nobody tell me I love hip hop. My career from comedy to radio is based on hip hop. But y'all can't pick and choose when y'all want to fuck with us.
So was there some truth? Was there some truth to what Boosie was saying?
I mean,
what part? What part?
I don't know. I was just playing devil's advocate.
What did he say in the beginning? What?
No, he was just like the gay agenda is being pushed on young kids.
Okay, but the criminal agenda was being pushed on young kids.
Yeah, and it was accepted.
So that's why I'm like, he needs to have the same passion all the way across the board.
All across the board.
But I think the grand scheme of things is that the people making the money off of it have now decided we'll make a bunch of money until you decide that you offended us.
Yeah, but if they would, the people that make our music say, okay, well, we just gonna stop all the foolishness. Now there's no portal or gateway for any of this to happen. Take control of the music.
But we've never had control of the music.
But that's what I'm saying. They need to take control.
But then
it's hard, and it's not the change wouldn't happen overnight, but they would, break away from the record companies, work to build something. start getting behind some other people that's trying to build their record companies. It might not, get to where you want to see. You might be dead by the time it gets to where it needs to be. But if you so concerned about what's going to happen to kids in 10 years, do something to help kids in 10 years.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. I just,
because being gay is, that's one thing, so, okay. So Boosie, you don't want your kids to grow up and be gay, but they can tote a gun, shoot somebody that disrespect them, impregnate a whole bunch of women.
Why do you bring up other scenarios if he's talking about that? Why is it?
And that's my whole point in this, is that we're dealing with these festivals trying to ban people for something that's okay. They can, and even the white artists. It's not just the black artists. Even the white artists can sit there and promote their agendas and don't get banned. But then when somebody says something that offended,
David said right, Mike.
Yeah, well, it's always gonna be right, Mike.
but you said Mike first. You said Mike first.
If all action, my man Paul said exactly, if all the lyrics were talking about white people, it would never fly. If they were calling white girls hoes and talking about robbing white people, hip hop would have never made it. But let's take a step back. There are a lot of songs in our lives that we've rocked to. Like, we sing the words to the shit. So we can't just put it on rap. We got to put it on ourselves, that we have sang the words to this
white
shit.
White lines.
Not even white line. We can go more to Jay-Z songs. Cash Money Hoes. We was rocking.
Yeah.
And down south rappers, we was rocking. Drop that ass.
I got a pocket full of stones.
Like, we was rocking.
Nobody's pushing on the kids. I don't know. If you turn on the TV, Jeanette, I don't know. I was just wondering if there was some truth to 10 years from now. Could it be a case where it's weird to have a heterosexual relationship or
dog?
Not, like,
I said this joke like 8 years ago. I said there's good. My joke was based on this. Y'all keep wanting people to come out the closet. Y'all keep pulling people out the closet. And watch what's going to happen. One day, you're going to be around
self, they say, right?
Yeah. And one day, you're going to be around a group of guys, and a woman with a fat ass going to walk by and be like, yo, she got a fat ass. And the guys are going to look at you like, you like girls?
I saw a TikTok like that. The guy is a good looking guy in his car. And he's playing he's playing what's the song, but just kicking by Escape, and the little title over the top says them. I bet you got all the girls.
Yeah, I just see that.
And then it has me, and then it plays that this is for the niggas, strictly for the niggas. I was like, well, okay, thank you for letting me know. Let me move on.
I kept saying, y'all keep pulling people out the closet, and this is not about people in the closet. I'm saying about heterosexuals who are obsessed with bringing people out the closet. Wendy Williams was fucking obsessed with bringing people out. I said, okay, y'all keep playing them games. Y'all
look what China just did. China just, Black China, that is. She just posted about Tigger liking trans, and she was like, come on, you like them because I do too. And she ain't move away from that. You know how sometimes they be like, oh, my social media was hacked. She put him out there on Front Street.
But they've been saying that about Tigger for years, so don't nobody care.
But this is my whole heterosexual point, and this is the two hypocrisies. Number one is my whole point. You keep trying to put people on Front Street for what? Why? China, what you get out of it? Like, what is the point? Like, you want to keep putting people on Front Street. Then number two, y'all ladies want to eat coochie, and it's all good. So guess what? No, I'm sitting there going like, y'all keep trying to pull people out the closet and try and put people on Front Street, and it confuses the whole thing. Man, listen, I think you should be as gay as you want to be. If I was gay, I'd be the most flaming dude ever. Real talk.
Twirling and spinning and all that.
I'd be tying my shirt up. You would see my navel all the time.
That's so stereotypical, though.
No,
but I'm all gay is not a one size fit all.
But you gotta you gotta listen to me. You gotta listen to me. I'm a flaming heterosexual. I would be a flaming gay dude. I promise you. I'm telling you on my side. But when y'all keep trying to pull, I kept saying, y'all keep trying to pull people out. Y'all forcing people out. Some people, if they decide that they don't want to get pulled into the front, let them live their life.
Yeah, that's their business.
That's their business.
And I don't necessarily think it's not living in your truth. Like everybody, harps on that. I think it's more so it's my business. It's my business what I do. And I think that we're so caught up in that forcing people to tell you I'm gay. Okay, so they say it, now what? How does it affect your life? How does it move what you doing?
Was she asked that question, Mo? Like, where did Black That's a good question, Tan. Like, where did it come from with Black saying that she just outed Tigger just to out him?
Oh, she posted it on Twitter.
I know, but is there any reason behind it?
Well, I think that because we're talking about the whole, the baby whole thing has opened up a new conversation, a new wave of conversation, especially in hip hop.
Kathy, good comment, Kathy. In this video,
I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top. But I will say this is where the hypocrisy goes all so crazy. Mm-hmm. We made it so hard for people just to be gay. Mm-hmm. This is where heterosexuals, when we say, oh, they're pushing this on everybody, every time we push the sexuality of heterosexuality, it's been normal. Mm-hmm. So that's been normal to push a sexy sex scene. So, what you talking about, Mike? You flaming now. I get 90s hoes.
You get the 90s hoes vibes from you, Mike.
I ain't gonna lie. I can laugh all that because I'm a flaming heterosexual. But my thing is like, imagine, and I tell everybody all the time, imagine if you were a heterosexual guy in a gay-dominated world and you had to hide. If I had to hide me liking women, how crazy that would feel. Like if I had to hide the fact that I can find something pretty in any woman.
Societal norms continue to fluctuate and continue to change and continue to evolve. So, where we were with this whole topic maybe 30 years ago, you're seeing really what you're seeing is an evolution. I wouldn't even say it's so much of a pushing topic. It's always been there. You're just seeing the evolution of it.
And the flip side, what you just said, Mike, maybe that's what the LGBT community is feeling now, that they got to hide who they are and who they really like. So right now they're hiding, but they're being accepted now.
But and I think this is the key. Record companies and Hollywood are pushing it. Regular gay people are just living their lives. It's the big businesses that are pushing it on everybody right now because they can make money off of it. So they're the one. It's not, in my opinion, it's not the gay community pushing it. It's Hollywood. And now all of a sudden they realize there's a big check to be copped off of this. Just like Hollywood, once they realize, oh, black movies make a lot of money. Oh, we can make money off of black people. Oh, even white people like, wow, we got to see black people kiss each other. Hollywood didn't do it because they were being nice.
It's an
Hollywood
agenda.
did it. They were like, wait a second.
That they can capitalize off of.
Yeah, they were like, there's a market for this shit. Like, there's a whole bunch of black people out here who want to see this. So to me, it's like the industry has decided to push it. And then what happens is that the gay community gets hit like you're trying to push it. They ain't got no control over these videos. They ain't got no control of whatever they're doing with Lil Nas X. They ain't got no control over Cardi B, who's married with kids, sitting up with a chick naked with her. That ain't got nothing to do with lesbians. The girl's married. It's got to do with the industry pushing that nonsense and that hypocrisy, because let a married dude had done that scene with another dude and had kids and been married, everybody wouldn't losing their mind. They don't even lose their mind. Wait.
He just did him up there. He got a whole wife and some kids.
Yeah, he got the whole thing.
You like girls?
He got a whole wife.
You like girls?
What kind of example is he for his son?
For his son, dude. Like, what the hell? Like, what? Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
This topic is never gonna get any better. Billy J. Edwards Jr. What up? The exposure of anything that causes interest is the definition of marketing. Mike stayed at a Holiday Inn Express again. Yes, I did. And that is an amazing commercial. Holiday that you think that is amazing. And sorry, y'all, it's so off the beat. The only real job I ever wanted to have was being in commercial marketing and advertising. I wanted to do commercials for a living. Mm-hmm. And the fact that people think when you think something that's kind of like insightful, you stayed at a Holiday Inn Express all weekend. That is motherfuckers won. Is Claudia ready?
Yes.
Or she?
Yeah.
Yep. She was there.
Damn, and my phone, I gotta get a new phone, yo. My phone's at 24% already, guys.
Oh, you want her to jump on IG Live with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got kicked off your live. I don't know. Your live don't like me for some reason.
You've been on Pornhub too much. They identified it.
Listen.
You got caught.
Listen.
We identified you a Pornhub. All right, let's bring Claudia Jordan on here and let's get her popping. Ladies and gentlemen, the woman has been on. She's been on reality shows. Okay. She's hosted the reunion for reality shows.
Okay.
She's had a long line of industry activity. Activity, that was bad. She's worked on Sirius XM with Jamie Foxx. She's been on The Price is Right. She's been on the pageant Miss America. She was a track star in high school, and she's fucking cool. She's just cool as shit.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
And we just like her. We just like her because she talks that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Claudia Jordan. Claudia Jordan's in the
building. Yes. Oh my God. I thank you for the intro. Very much. I very much do talk shit. That is my my job title, I guess. Like that's what I do. That's who I am. I'm a shit talker. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, girl. Good morning.
Hey, sorry I was late. I was tired as fuck. I was up late watching the Olympics and I'm tired. Sorry.
I was too. And I told Jay Black, he was like, well, what questions do we have for Claudia? And I was like, we got to ask her about the Olympics because Claudia was in real life, in that track life, for real. Like she was like a track star. So when you're watching the Olympics, give me your. All right, let's go with this.
Wait, she was a star? Like you ran, like you were competing in outside the pin relays, like you did. Like how far?
I was All American in college. But I did go to. I have to clarify. I did go to a D3 school because I got into a lot of fights my senior year of high school, so I didn't get to go to UCLA like I wanted to, or Columbia. So I was D3, but we were All American. My relay team. Junior Olympics. I think I still have some records that stand in long jump back home. But I ran track for like 12 years. Nice. But I had to decide between modeling and track because anyways, I regret not going further with it. I really do. Watching the Olympics, I get super sentimental. I cry when I watch them run. Like I'm so happy. I know that feeling.
You do the same thing I do when I watch Kevin Hart. I cry too.
I get it. But yeah.
But Claudia, this is first of all. Let me just explain Jay Black. Jay Black, he went to the Penn Relays when he was like in the 7th or 8th grade, and then after that he started stealing cars. So he believes, and that's why he's trying to verify your career. And I tried to say this is why he was trying. Was she really in the track? Is she really a track star? Yes, well, yes, she really was.
Jay Black, you stole cars, Jay Black.
Oh. I went through a phase as a teenager, Claudia. You get with the wrong crowd. You get with the wrong crowd, and you pick up bad behaviors, and you see fast money, and you think that's the road to go, and then you learn. You hit 18, you become adult.
No, Claudia.
I love when you try to downplay Grand Theft Auto because I dated this guy. You know what I mean? I dated this guy that said he went to prison for like 5 minutes because he stole change out of a car when he was a kid at Coney Island. Come to find out, it was 2 4-year bids for Grand Theft Auto. So you're triggering me right now. Anyway.
All right, we got to get back to this track thing, but real quick, Claudia, you don't understand. Jay Black actually stole a car, and when he kept it so long, he changed the oil on a bitch.
No,
and he
it wasn't oil. It was
you
the
did
brake.
change the
It was
oil.
the brakes.
Oh, he
It
got
was
the
the
brakes
brake.
changed. And mind you, he still had the pliers in the ignition to turn the bitch on. So he literally took the car to get the brakes changed with the pliers in the ignition and was like, yo, I'm gonna need the front brakes changed. This is
it was just that one car. That one car was really special, and I kept it longer than I should have. I was foolish, Claudia.
God.
You live and you learn. That was dumb. I know.
So you're very considerate and responsible carjacker.
Yes, I want to make sure I'm safe on the road. I don't want to cause it. Yes, you understood me as a kid.
His inspection sticker on the stolen car, on his defense, was up to date. Like
he did. I gotta say it. There's black people and then there's niggas, and right now, you giving me N-word,
nigga bullshit. That's
right. That nigga shit right there.
He's my best friend in the world, but I can't defend. I can't defend.
And for the record, Claudia, they cleaned up. No longer have a felony. I got a governor's pardon, and I'm clear. It never happened. How about that? So,
what happened?
No,
he did get it cleared. He got it cleared. He got the pardon for real. I don't know how he did that shit, but he did. Like I saw, he's got a plaque and the whole nine. They sent him a certificate and everything.
But do y'all believe when you get a pardon or your sentence? When you get a pardon, it never really, or an annulment, it like never really happened.
An annulment, yes, it never really happened. An annulment, yes, God damn it.
Okay.
I just wish I could get an annulment on some of the chicks I had sex with. I wish there was a certificate.
And I'm pretty sure their coochie points, which they can get some refunds, a couple of refunds.
I wish I could have a plaque like I did not fuck this chick right here. I swear.
But I speak for the ladies. We feel the same way about some of y'all's penises.
Yes.
Like, God damn it, why?
No. I agree totally with y'all. Look, I have sat next to women at the end of a hotel bed and be like, it's okay. You fucked up. You shouldn't have had sex with me. Like, you're right. Like, but it happens to the best of them. I got a sparkling personality. Back to the track. Okay, Simone Biles. We just had this conversation. I don't want to get too stuck on it because I want to ask you about the actual track stuff because I want to ask you how this one event, because you said you're a long jumper, and I have this curious question. Simone Biles, I was with her. She was like, I'm not right. I'm not good. I'm getting the yeeps or whatever it's called, the twisties in the air, the twisties, and I'm out. And I said, girl, if you ain't right, I've been there. I done sat in a dark room for 2-3 weeks with a bottle of vodka, and I ain't been right. I said, damn it, I don't give a damn what nobody says, whatever. And then she comes back for the balance beam, like 4 days later. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, you're back. And then she gets a bronze medal. How do you feel about her initial situation? And then how do you feel about the second situation where she comes back and gets the bronze medal in the balance beam?
Disclaimer, you really can't criticize anyone anymore without getting canceled or people thinking you're being insensitive. So I'm like, how what I really think and what I can say publicly are two different things. On one hand, it's like, you know what? We got to respect that if someone's going through something mentally because we don't know, right? But then I'm like, damn, as a fighter, as a champion, like my selfish reasons, I wanted her to get up there and whoop all their asses and cement. I mean, she's already cemented as the greatest, but I wanted to see that so bad. But that was me being selfish. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it, but I don't really know what's going through her head, though. You know what I mean? Like, I see some people saying like she's a quitter, and I don't think she's a quitter because she got back on there. I don't really know. Like, I don't know what the twisties are. I don't know much about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I feel that we're now down this slippery slope that we've now opened up where countries, governments, I'm off the subject now. Governments normally censor their people. They tried to censor their people. And now we in America have now begun to censor ourselves.
Yes.
So now Claudia she has to say what she can say, not what she really feels. Because you pussies have sat out there and tried to cancel people simply for exercising a right that people died for. And now all of a sudden we can't actually say, well, I kind of think this because we can't, because Claudia Jordan, this clip will go out. And next thing you know, they will put her in front of everybody and they say, cancel this chick, cancel this chick. And all
I can't
you
believe she said that.
And I'm like, I don't know where we're going with this because we're censoring ourselves. Like the U.S. Go ahead, Claudia. Go ahead.
Well, they won't put the whole conversation out so you can get the full context of. You can be understanding about someone's situation, but still have an opinion on it. They won't put that whole bit. They'll put the 10 seconds that can be a headline. Motherfuckers is lazy now. They don't read books. They read the headlines. They don't read books. They read the titles. They just go by what I heard. Nobody reads the article underneath because it takes too long. And people, it's a TikTok era now. We got 15, 20 seconds. That's about it. No one's gonna like do a deeper dive into what you really said in its full context. And that's why we can't have comedy like we used to. We can't have people that are fearless in what they say. We can be fearless, but then you also will be unemployed, or everyone's so bandwagony. Everyone goes and checks Twitter to see what's trending. And then they go, that's what I think too. Or I'm gonna just get on top of that. And I think it's fucking bullshit and it's whack. We can't even have a critical conversation about anything. And this isn't about Simone Biles. This is about everybody. We can't talk about, we can't even mention anything about the LGBT community. We can't say, I like Beyonce's hair darker than lighter, or you are coming for the queen. You can't say, I like this Cardi song because that means you're coming for Nicki. It's unbelievably frustrating how far we've come now. I started in radio on satellite radio with Jamie Foxx, where we had complete freedom. And the stuff we said then, we would never be able to say now. And guess what? We had entertainment back then. We got watered down shit now. You can't give your opinion on anything. You can't have a cool ass debate now without it being like career ending. And it's freaking frustrating, honestly.
Hey, Mike, are you going to add Claudia to your IG? Because they can't hear.
They can't hear.
Oh, let me, okay. Let me get
on there.
I'm going to get, I'm going to send you an invite. Thank you, Shawnee. Send you an invite right now.
Do y'all feel me on that? How do y'all feel about that?
Let me tell you,
I agree 100%. I watched your show the other day with Al and the other guy. I can't remember his name.
Fuck it, I need it.
And he went off so bad.
Turn your volume down, Claudia.
Sorry.
And he had to come back and apologize. And I was like, oh, I hate that he had to apologize. Because he just, expressed what he wanted to express about the baby.
I will say this to clarify, no one made him apologize. And he wasn't apologizing for his opinion on the baby. He was only apologizing for the part where he dragged in our boss's name and legal. He was like, I don't give a shit if they and he felt like that was wrong because they had nothing to do with the conversation. But then he came back and he said, but I stand on everything I said. But I feel what you're saying though. You know what I mean? Like,
and I just and we said this earlier, so I'm going to repeat myself because you're on the show now. It kills me how y'all want to capitalize on hip hop. Y'all want to capitalize, and y'all let's be 100% real right now. I'm from the Bronx. I was around when the first fucking hip hop song, I'm gonna date myself. I was around when the first break beats were getting scratched. I was around when cats was rapping real basic. I was there. I was a kid, but I was there. Y'all can't jump into an ignorant culture and then get mad when we're inappropriate. Y'all down with all the inappropriate shit that goes down in hip hop. Y'all down with the bitches, the hoes, the drugs, the killings, the I put my dick in your mouth and I got a threesome, and then all of a sudden y'all go, wait a minute, what you say about that? No, you got to take the whole genre, and it's like, and I keep looking, and I think it's hilarious that it's all good. When somebody has got a chick bent over who happens to be black on a stage and is getting water poured on them and the whole nine, it's all good then. Then all of a sudden, this ain't even part of his song. This is in between the songs. He just happens to mention something to get the crowd hype, and y'all go, whoa, 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 whoa. When did you get that ignorant? Bitch, I've been ignorant.
You didn't hear me about 2 bitches ago, 2 hoes ago.
I've been this dude. Like the music has been that. And then I go like, it's just so fun. It never stops. Once a culture gets taken over, white people will pick and choose what they want from the culture. And then they will dissect it. And then they will shit on the parts that they don't want. And it just never ends. And I don't even have an answer because we never own the culture. We lost the culture 15 years ago. We lost hip hop 15 years ago. Even more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we lost that a long time ago. So then it goes back to whatever comments that we have. And once again, if Claudia can't say what she wants to say, because guess what? Y'all gonna sit on there on that little cell phone and y'all gonna start clicking and y'all gonna start captioning and reposting. And then next thing you know, they're gonna be like, I need Claudia off of Fox Soul. Right. What the fuck are you talking about?
Cancel Claudia. Cancel her. We gonna cancel her.
I've been already canceled. Like I've been canceled so many times, and you know the sad thing and the good thing, actually, it's a double-edged sword. Is they're so mad. The days are so mad at everyone. They're mad at you for a day, but the attention span doesn't last long, and then they're mad and outraged at someone else the next day. So then the shift goes over there, and it's like we are fucking up comedy. We're fucking up.
Oh yeah, comedy. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's and listen, I get you want to try to be more sensitive now to people's feelings because perhaps in the Archie Bunker days we were a little raw, but there's got to be some kind of balance where we can poke fun at things. You can't even say someone's fat now, you know, or thick. You can't even say a fact. Listen, there's been times where I was whack and out of shape and I was fat. You can't even say, you can't even ask someone if they're pregnant. You can't say anything anymore because you are shaming. The infertility community is offended. The infertility community.
The infertility community is now.
I made fun of myself one time, lady, and I'm sorry I'm talking a lot. I don't mean to monopolize the conversation.
Go get it.
But I remember I was like, when I moved to Texas, I gained like 25 pounds with y'all's barbecue and all the bullshit y'all be eating every day. And I took a picture. It was the day before April Fool's Day, and I was holding my food baby, and I put a caption up, "It's never too late for miracles," right? I'm clearly making fun of myself because I looked pregnant. I waited 2 hours after I posted it and let everybody say congratulations. Then I was like, all right, I was just bullshitting. Let me stop before it gets too far. When I tell you I was dragged mercilessly.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Mercilessly. My mouth ain't working yet. I'm tired. I just woke. They dragged me and said, I hope you really do have a miscarriage when you get pregnant because fuck you, bitch. And you lied and you got us excited. And they came for me and they said imagine all of us that can't get pregnant. I'm like, I might be one of them. Why are you playing? They came for me like I was the devil for making fun of myself. We can't do shit anymore. Like it's unbelievable. Like you're making our job as communicators and comedians and entertainers not fun. Like I'm uninspired. We can't even say anything anymore. You have to perfectly craft every sentence, and it's whack. And it's like I get the correction, but we've overcorrected things at this point, I think.
Yeah, because everything you say, they jump on. If you say, I'm sorry, Claudia said she was sorry. I can't
that
she was sorry.
It didn't sound authentic to me.
Yeah, she lying.
But this is okay. I gotta get to the track thing, but I'm a coach because I have to ask you about this one sport. But I'm gonna get because it made me giggle. But
did you say you're on coke?
No, not yet. The
day is still young.
I've never done coke, but I know I would love it. Like I know if I did coke, I would love cocaine. Like there's no way. Okay. Okay. You're a person that I've been around. You have thick skin. Like you're down to play. Like Claudia's down to play. Like if we just happen to be hanging out and they're like, well, motherfucker, you did this. And, well, bitch, you did this. And you're like, well, motherfucker, I think you did this.
Right.
When you get that on social media, how does it affect you? Because everybody has that point where you kind of feel overwhelmed with the comments. Like, how do you deal with that? And do you ever get to the point where you're like, you kind of like get like insecure, like, fuck, like this is a bit too much?
1000%. Like, yeah, the thing is with what we do, people think we're thick-skinned. In the scenario where I know I'm with people that we can go back and forth, it's one thing. But when I'm home on my couch, got cramps, or I'm feeling insecure about something already, or I'm reflecting that I have no kids, I'm not married, and then someone hits that nerve, hell yeah, it hurts your feelings. I'm human just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Or for a long time, they were coming for me about my nose and I need a nose job. And then it was just like, then it's like, you need to get your ass done. And then you, as women, we already go over our bodies like with a fine tooth comb about what's wrong with it. Of course it gets you. And you think, so you have to act like, man, I don't give a fuck them. Or sometimes, or I would go and take their picture and blow it up and put it next to like, you know, a Smurf or whatever they look like. Then I'm shaming them because I'm not allowed to clap back at them the way they can come from me. So yeah, it affects me for sure, but not as bad as it used to. But now, you know.
What was the worst? What was the worst one that affected you that really like you really had to settle down and be like, God damn, or maybe you had to call somebody and be like, this is getting a little out of control. Like I didn't know that it was going to get this deep.
So when I got on reality TV, it was a whole nother level of fans and negative and positive. I never really had negative comments on my social media page, maybe once every month or two. When I got on reality TV, it was nonstop. They dig up any and everything to use against you. And sometimes it's your co-host, your co-stars, and sometimes it's an ex-boyfriend or ex-husband that's angry to see you shining. So I remember I hosted a comedy show, and I've spoken about this so many times, but it still has not been cleared up. I hosted a comedy show. I told a joke about my horrible dating choices and how I dated a man that was a struggling actor, and he tried to get a part as an extra monkey on Planet of the Apes.
I'm sorry.
Now, as a Black person in America, I didn't think it was a good idea because I felt like you're damned if you do, if you get the part, you're damned if you don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, so I told a story, and this is what got me my role on Jamie Foxx show. I told him a story. He's like, nigga, you got to be here every day. So I told this story. It works with all my friends. Like the reaction y'all had, they was dying. So he went to the audition. He tried to, you know, his career was in a slump, and he's like, I got to audition tomorrow. I'm like, all right, babe, go get it. I'm trying to support my Black man. You know what I mean? So before he goes, I go, oh, by the way,
that's still funny.
You go and you be the best ape you can be.
I said, by the way, what movie is it? And he said, Planet of the Apes. And I go, oh, okay. He goes, but it's going to be like 3 months of work. I'm going to make money. I'm going to get a bump to be in the costumes, a 8 bump. I don't know. So anyway.
Hey, Claudia, before you continue, I would have done it. If I got the part, I would have done it. Goddamn. 3 months. I'm sure it was a nice little check that was going on. Go ahead.
But he was already in a place where like I was starting to get like everything was starting to go right for me and everything was going wrong for him. So it was already sensitive in the house. Like if we went bowling, I get a 10, he get a 9. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I was like, you know, working. So he went for the audition, and I'm like, he got it. He's 6'3", 220, Black. Like for sure he's gonna get it, right? Because I said that on stage, they clipped that, and now I call Black women monkeys, and I'm a colorist. And I'm like, anyone that knows me knows I am the most pro-Black militant. Like, don't fuck around with that. I'm an anti-Stacey Dasher. I'm anti-Coons. I'm anti that. So that hurt me the most because I fight the most for Black women. So they mixed that with like the Housewives of Atlanta really wanted the storyline to be, they want to talk about me being biracial. I don't think I'm biracial though. Like my mom will be like, can you say you're Italian too sometimes? I'm like, I ain't Italian. I ain't white. I'm Black. You know, like it's to the point where like, I'm fucking damned if I do. If I acknowledge my mom, I want to be white and I have self-hate. If I don't acknowledge my mom, I'm in denial and I can't sit with y'all. I'm not Black and you're biracial. And it's very hurtful to tell someone that loves being Black, loves the Black community, that they are a colorist or that I'm not Black enough. It hurt to this day. Like it really makes me want to cry because it's like, I hate being misunderstood. And that's something that resonated for some reason. And people wanted to really buy that about me. And then they look through everything I say through that lens. So in my mind, I've lived my life as a Black woman, not as a mixed woman, but as a Black woman. And so when I hear when I say these things, I say jokes the way I think how we all talk amongst us. But when I say it, it's just not taken the same.
Yeah, because when they look at you, they treat you like a Black woman. They don't treat you like, oh, she mixed, her mama Italian, so we gonna, give her a pass. No, they treat you like that's a Black woman.
Let me turn these lights down because I'm looking very Puerto Rican right now. I need to.
No, but it's all good because my mom is my
Exactly.
mom is watching and I'm Puerto Rican, so my mom loves what you look like right now. She's like, I knew the whole time, Papi. I knew the whole time. I knew that Claudia Jordan. I knew.
It's that's been unfortunate. That's probably the thing that hurt me the most. And I know where it came from. When I went on Housewives of Atlanta, an ex of mine started sending me messages from like one of those Yahoo numbers saying, I'm gonna ruin you with your own words. And my laptop got stolen out of my car and I hired a private investigator. And they said, your ex was in town when this happened. And then I heard it, my laptop was being like, people were like making anyways, there was a video from that comedy show. And all of a sudden it became an issue 5 years after I did it. And like it came back to haunt me. And I'm like, the joke, first of all, you're taking away from my comedic genius. That shit was funny as fuck.
That's hilarious. I love it. Claim it, girl. Claim that shit. You're taking away from my comedic genius.
You are.
Go get it.
I got a dry delivery. And like the fact that my man, I'm sorry, if one of y'all auditioned for Planet of the Apes and didn't get it, that's just funny to me. I'm not gonna back down from that. It's funny as fuck.
No, it is. It's hilarious. It's
you
hilarious.
Can't even be a monkey. You can't get
Right.
a monkey.
It's
good enough.
It's because I'm and a lot of times people don't get me. I'm making fun of the stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm making fun of obviously, and it's like the irony is lost on them. They think I'm really being like a oh, my black man looked like a monkey. Actually, he looked like a male model. He actually was. And it's like, it was funny to me because he was such an asshole. And in the context of things, and and when the movie came out like a year later, me and him had broken up, and me and my friends went to the movies, and I said, I need to see this movie, this scene. There's got to be some badass monkeys in this movie for my man.
I mean, but they were some badass monkeys. They were.
So there was a scene, the money shot scene, where like there's a scene where like 1 million monkeys run by, and it wasn't. He told me there was 1,000 monkeys they needed, but it was really like 1 million. There was a scene where like a whole row, they was just going, and one stopped, and he goes, and then runs off, and I'm like, that was
him.
That was him.
That's supposed to be him.
That was supposed to be my man.
That was him. The monkey was in the building.
So you read your comments and then you clap back at people? Because I didn't know. I mean, some people don't even want to read all that. So you read it and then you clap back?
Sometimes, yeah, when I'm bored, which is a lot lately.
Have you ever seen one like where you just be like, girl, let's meet up? Like, oh, that's what you want? Like, have you ever had that feeling?
What the fuck are you 15, Monique? Like, Mo, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Let's meet up. Like, what's that? She's grown.
Have you ever had that feeling? Like,
meet me on the corner.
Like 10 years earlier.
Meet me after lunch.
At 3 o'clock.
Well, I'm
3 o'clock.
I'm 48 now, and I can barely have sex with my leg on someone's shoulder. So no, the hip hurts. But the barbs have showed up at my apartment, my high rise downtown. With they sent me pictures of a gun, like looking down the barrel, because they thought I was coming for their yeah. And so I called the police, and that was the white side. I called the police, and
very good. Shout to the white side. The white side has to come out every once in a while. God damn it!
Yes,
I've had the white side come out of me, and I ain't got no white in me. Man, listen. Sometimes I lean. I go right to Caucasian. You should call the cops. Goddamn.
I called the cops. And a lot of times it's teenagers. I have to realize a lot of times it's some 15-year-old virgin with acne living at his mama's house who probably still peed a bed, got a pissy mattress. I have to put things in perspective. That this is a mattress. Or it's a bitch whose mattress is still on the floor, no nightstand. I have to realize it's like, consider the source. So it made me feel better when I consider the source.
So I'm going to get to this track event, but I got to get to this fucking track
Are you
event.
sure you're not on coke? You're all over the place.
I think I'm on coke. I think I am. I think last night I snuck some coke. So everybody will look at you, and everybody has a perception of everybody. Everybody's like, oh, your life is so good. Your life is so good. So your superpowers are, one of your superpowers are, you've just been born a beautiful woman. So you're beautiful. But how hard, what is the negative of being a beautiful woman everywhere in your job opportunities? When you're just doing your job and you happen to be a pretty woman, like, give me the negatives of how hard it is on that side. Because there's some ugly bitches making it. Let's go ahead.
Well, it sounds like, I hate to sound like it's first world problems. Like, oh my God, life is so hard being cute. Because I don't see myself like that. But
okay, I see you. Go ahead.
Okay, well, you have men in power that want to fuck you, and if you don't fuck, or if they want to take you out to lunch or whatever, and you don't go, now you're labeled as a problem, as what happened at one of my radio jobs, and then you have to sue them, or
let me tap the mic on that. I'll tap the mic on that one real quick.
Or another job where the lead person was flirtatious and be like, motherfucker, you lucky you I don't shit where I eat. You my type, and I'll fuck you so good I'll make your period come early. First of all, no girl wants their period to come early. Sir.
Right. It's not attractive.
Yeah.
And no guy really wants to make it come that night to come early. Like, we don't want that either.
But when that person is very powerful in the business and then they get rid of you and then you're deemed the problem because you're not with the bullshit, I feel like you're a target. I feel like I have to kiss ass and be super agreeable and nice and not stand up for things that I want to stand up for I have to pick my battles because are they already going to look, before I came to do the show in Dallas, and Michael, Shawn, you may be able to co-sign this. I heard that people thought I was going to come and be a diva and be a certain way. I'm the total opposite. I'm making lasagna, bringing it to work. Anybody want some cookies? Like, I'm making bread. Like, that's who I am. But like, I don't know why it's just this thing that, like, you just gonna be a bitch, or you're a slut. You stand next to anyone, oh, she fucking him. Like, I have not been with the entire NBA, I'm sorry, or NFL. I'm too lazy to be a hoe. But because I'm standing next to someone, I want your husband. I don't want my own sometimes. So,
yo, and Claudia, you are right, because when you came to the station, when I think I met you, it was in the kitchen.
Probably,
and there was a perception that I didn't care, because I was like, I don't fit in this situation either. So I was like, I saw you in the kitchen and you said that, I forget the actual joke you said, and when I looked, I said, wait, that's not the chick I thought that y'all said was supposed to be here. And then all of a sudden we had a few more conversations, and you called me a thought because I had some
tight jeans on.
No, sweatpants. And I thought that shit was hilarious. And I was like, once again, that's not the chick that I thought y'all said was supposed to be here and be all. And she really did bring lasagna and the whole nine. And I was like, man, this perception is crazy. And no matter how long you're in this business, sometimes you still fall for perceptions of people. You still fall for the narrative. And you're like, okay, let me get this let me take a line of cocaine real quick. I gotta find out what this track event. You were a long jumper, right?
Wait, you just gonna skip over the fact that you used to wear gray sweatpants with no underwear and have your
whoa. I never had no underwear.
Paul, have your dick slanging,
really? That's what we doing?
Wow. If I did, it was all by mistake. Because trust me,
he was drunk. He was
having
a hangover. That's all.
If I was porno size, I would have walked in there with just briefs on. Real talk. Like I would have walked in with old school white underwear on.
Ladies, aren't males when they wear gray sweatpants? Isn't that the equivalent of a little thought dress? Like, they know what they're doing.
It is. The dick swinging in the gray sweatpants is the classic.
She walked by me and just called me a thought and kept it moving. I said, who the fuck is you talking to? She was like, oh, you got some thought shit on today, huh? I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is what is a triple jump? Why did they make you were a long jumper, right?
Back to the track.
This is bothering me. And then we'll get right back to me being a thought with gray sweatpants on. The long jump, you did that. That was your event. I've never heard anybody, they've said a lot of things about Claudia Jordan. They've never called her a long jumper, unless they were being funny. I guess that could be funny. But so you were a long jumper. Why is there a triple jump long? I don't understand the jumping 3 times before doing the long jump. Like, how was that developed? Like, it looks impossible. Like, I know I couldn't do it, but why not just do the long jump? Are those people who just couldn't do the long jump?
That's what I think. I think that's, you know what? That's very deep. I think that was the beginning of the cancel culture when people babying each other, like people that couldn't do well in long jump, they created a whole nother thing so they can feel and they can get their blue ribbon too and feel included too. I think we just cracked that code.
Fucking thank you. That's what I was thinking. But I'm non-athletic, so I didn't want to be the one. I was like, why the fuck would you add 3 jumps to the jump? I'm like, I didn't get the whole thing. How good were you in track? Like, were you like, if you would have focused on it, do you think you could have been in the Olympics?
Maybe. Long jumping, when I got out of it pretty early because I got a pretty bad injury. But before that happened, I was on pace with Jackie Joyner Kersee as far as long jumpers go. When I was comparing where she was in 9th grade, or in 8th grade, where I was 2 inches ahead of her. I remember jumping 18:10 in practice. 18:10 is like next. Like she was jumping 16s in 7th and 8th grade. And I hate to sound like Al Bundy going way back like 40 years.
No,
I want Jay Black to hear this. I want Jay Black to hear what you were doing in the 7th and 8th grade. You go ahead. You were with Jackie Joyner Kersee. Go ahead, continue.
So I was close, but then one time, me being competitive, we had states and some white boy jumped, and I was like, man, I could beat that. We were just warming up. So I didn't even warm up, and I just was like, fuck it. I just went and jumped in midair. I felt my hamstring pop. Then I landed on it, and I said, I fucked up. And I was on crutches for a while, and I could never get back to that same level ever again. Like I had to switch legs, and you can't really. If you jump off your right, just like if you write with your right hand,
right,
you're never gonna be as good when you try to switch to your left. So after that, I got more into like the modeling and stuff. I ran in college, but I never could get. I got off my trajectory. I was never. So yeah. Unfortunately,
you were on your show and you read something. I'm all over the place, but now we're back on to the other stuff, the entertainment stuff. You read something that I thought was interesting. You had it was the T thing, the T show that you have
TGIF, yes,
yeah, and you read something that Carrie Hilson had said. Do you remember that? Do you remember what she said? Because normally we don't get that type of I don't get that type of insight from Black women because we're so divided right now. Like I can't find out what a Black woman really wants because Instagram has got me believing other shit. But then, do you remember what Carrie said? Or kind of?
I think it was something along the lines of not letting go. I can't remember actually. I've had so many concussions from all my reckless behavior in Vegas and falling in bathtubs, car accidents.
Not the bathtub. Not the holding on to the shower curtain save.
That's motherfucker.
Just being drunk. And I don't. Michael, Shawn, you feel me? You probably had alcohol-related injuries as well.
Ain't nothing worse than waking up the next morning, you got bruises, and you like, why the fuck is my entire left arm bruised up?
Right. And then you're like, and who are you? No, I'm just kidding.
All day.
Who are y'all?
Oh, y'all.
You say y'all.
That's the worst when you wake up and who are y'all? And you're like, I disappointed everybody? God.
I can't remember, honestly. Sorry.
But she said something. Oh, God, I should have wrote that shit down, but that would mean I did show prep, and I don't do show prep. I should have written down what you, but it was a pretty powerful thing where she was like, if you damn men, basically, I'm paraphrasing, want us to lower down our defenses, and you want us to actually let you lead, and can you please provide the situation where we're actually safe and you're taking care of us, not financially, but you're actually protecting us for real, not just us physically, but us mentally and everything like that. And I was like, well, goddamn.
That is, yeah, you're bringing back the memory now. I'm starting to remember. Yeah, I feel like I just watched a video before I got on here where a man was like yelling at these women. It was like a discussion, men versus women, I guess. And he was like, what do you bring to the table? I pay the bills. What I could get a maid to do what you do. And I'm like, he wants a man. He don't want the things that a woman brings to the table. And I'm just like, we're so divided now. At the end of the day, I honestly feel like men and women want a lot of the same shit. But we just never just be real about it. Like at the end of the day, ladies, I bet you we wrote down what we wanted and men were down what they wanted. Taking away the traditional things like taking care of the household and cooking, that's things, right? But the spiritual things, the things that make you feel, a lot of them are the same. We want someone that has our back, Right, fellas? Do y'all want someone has
yes,
support?
yes. Keep going. Got that one.
That's not a liar. Someone that you could be proud of.
Trustworthy,
Trustworthy. Like those things aren't material things. And when we talk about who pays for what and you do the cooking, that's shit.
Those are roles. Those are roles, though.
How important?
It's important roles. It's important roles, though. But go ahead.
Oh my God!
This motherfucker right here.
Wait.
We're gonna keep making the bacon. Don't worry.
Jay Black, what do you mean important roles on who's paying? Why is that important? Like, why is that important to you? Who's paying what?
Because as a man, I mean, that's one of the obligations that are there that women look for. So as much as they can act like they don't, they absolutely want a man to pay for things.
Claudia Jordan, please respond. I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all go ahead.
I feel like it used to be like that, but I feel like that there's definitely been a shift where I see now a lot of men are the beneficiaries because women are really kicking ass now. I feel like, especially here in Texas, like the amount of women that are entrepreneurs and wealthy and that are really, we're outpacing them, a lot of the men. And I hate that. I want us to be on the same level. I see a lot of men being taken care of now. Like, it doesn't even cross my mind that I'm going to be taken care of financially. I feel like I'm always going to take care of me and we can maybe do some shit together. But I see more often than not now, a lot of men abandoning that traditional role of taking care of a house. Like they almost feel like they're the bad bitch now. Like they want to be courted and you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta prove ourselves to get the dick now. I'm like, oh word.
And
there you go. Clap it up for Claudia. Clap it up for Claudia.
And Claudia,
like what you gonna do for this dick over here, girl? What you gonna do for this?
And let me tell you something. If I could be somebody's bitch, I would.
See,
I am so tired of paying every goddamn bill. Let me tell you something. Let me meet one person in that range that says, Mike, all you got to do is go to the gym, be cute, and come back and just chill. Let me tell you, it's a lot of weight sitting here being like, I see why dudes are doing that. Dudes are like, yo, I'm really gonna chill, and maybe it's not the best thing, but man, I envy those dudes. All they got to do,
sugar baby.
What?
A sugar baby. They call them sugar babies.
All day. Like if I was back in my 20s right now, let me tell you something. I would have caught one of these hoes. I swear to God, I would have been at the WNBA basketball game and caught me one of them that wasn't a lesbian. I swear I would have.
And Jay, to your point, like I do feel like being on the other side where I've actually been the one that like looked out for men or like had more money. I've been there. I've been in both situations. I encourage women to like don't be in that position where you just you relinquish a lot of power when you just let someone take care of everything. And when I was with someone that was really wealthy, I felt like insecure.
Well, Claudia, how wealthy? When you say wealthy, how wealthy are we talking?
He wasn't as wealthy as I could have gotten had I had better vagina management. I should have. Yeah. I should have shot higher. I was like, oh
wait, net worth wise, what do you think the net worth? Was it like, what did he get to? Because you look like from a distance, and I know you in a very serious relationship. So tell him I don't mean any disrespect.
KJ.
Like KJ, like I understand. Like I'm not saying it's just because you're on the show. It's $50 million vagina. I think you could have caught somebody worth $50 million. But what was he worth? What was he worth that you gave the vagina up for?
Just a few million, whatever. Not 50. I definitely turned down a lot of your favorites, and I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Your favorites,
listen, your favorites. I'm talking all the athletes that hit on me were the top tier. All the football players were the ones that were at the that had rings. Like I was like, no, I was on that cute shit when I was younger. Oh, he's not that cute. And when you get older, you value different things like power, respect, and all those things. That's how these beautiful women end up with these broke ass personal trainers that be blowing their backs out. That's why I was with a fine ass guy that couldn't get a part as a monkey in a movie. And
Exactly. What the fuck were you doing, Claudia?
And let me tell you, at the time that was happening, I'll tell y'all off camera who was hollering at me, who's a very married rapper now at the time. And I remember he had his people track me down. And when I had a pager, remember it was like a pager.
Yeah,
and I
called back 911.
I called back the number and it was like, she was like, hey, I'm such and such assistant. I was like, okay. She's like, I was told to find you. I said, wow. When I met him in Vegas, I only told him my first name. She said, well, it's my job to find you, and he wants to take you out. And I was like, well, I'm living with my boyfriend. I have a boyfriend. She was laughing. She goes, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. Mind you, this nigga was broke. He couldn't get a part as a monkey in a movie, and he had a fish tank. His life was taking care of his fish tank, and the dick was trash, but I was loyal.
Not trash dick. No,
you were loyal to
See,
a
that
monkey.
Girl, you should have had her be your coochie manager.
No, honestly,
she
buddy,
she was like, really?
Oh, so they must have knew about your boyfriend too. They must have knew.
Nobody knew about her boyfriend. The only person who knew was Claudia. Nobody knew.
But if they were that good at being, doing research, they probably knew everything. They probably knew how she was moving, everything.
No.
I blame my mother for making me this loyal woman, because y'all don't appreciate this loyalty shit anyways, half y'all.
Say that again.
You do, Jay? You appreciate loyalty?
100%. That's up there. Very, very much so. I'm living through you right now. That's really good to hear.
But loyalty is only important when you stop running. Because when you're busy running, you're taking the person for granted that's being loyal to you because you're running. You're just you're
expecting it. Yeah.
And you're like, she's home. Like, she's home and I'm going to be a monkey. And I'm running. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't appreciate it till it's too late, to when you realize you done ran through a bunch of, like, guys. I tell guys all the time, you're gonna run through a bunch of vagina, and one day you're gonna sit there and go like, that was the most wasted time I've ever wasted in my life. Because guys sit at the end of the bed just like women and go like, I can't believe that I just gave up. I just had sex with this chick again. And I hate her. I hate everything about her. I'm disgusted. But with the rapper that called you, when the assistant calls you and she goes, really? Like that. And then you keep going. Is there one artist? Is there one celebrity? We don't need to name because we don't need any problems. Is there one that you really sometimes are taking a shower, even though you're in a happy relationship, that you go like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, even if it was a one night stand, what exactly was on my goddamn mind that I didn't?
Celebrity, no, because a lot of them are mentally ill.
Yeah, thanks.
And narcissists where they're unbearable.
Right.
I remember an A-list Oscar winner telling me I could never. We took a picture together, and he was like, "You look like my wife. Like, you could be my wife." And then he went on to say, "But I could never date someone like you." I said, "Why?" He said, because you get too much attention. And when I come home, I need it to be only and all about me. I said, you're right. It can never be me. And there's no 50-50. And a lot of times if you're dating, there's a lot, and especially in comedy, Michael, Shawn, and Jay, a lot of comedians that are extremely funny are really dark when they're home. And there's a lot of narcissism and a lot of, the imagination is just incredible. We're like, that simply did not happen. It's all in your mind. And it's really frustrating. So no, there's not a celebrity that I'm like, oh, as a person, as a whole, that was a good person. But I dated someone that wasn't a celebrity then, that's doing really well now, that he was a great person. And I probably should have really tried to like get that back, because he was a solid, rare, loyal human being. But luckily I have that now. But but the celebrities that I've dated that I really haven't been out there like that, although they put me with everybody that I really haven't been with. That's the rumors. No, there's none that I feel like, damn, I fucked up. No, they was probably batshit crazy. Yeah.
Was there a part, a role, a job opportunity that if you would have had sex, you could have got?
It was more smaller projects. That when that was on the table, like a director shut the door and tried to tell me I needed to take my top off of this audition because the role was with an actor and they don't got fucking time to be coaxing me out of the dressing room. So you need to show me right now. And I'm like, all right, well, my cat is putting its whole ass in my face.
I was wondering. I didn't know that was a prop on purpose. Like, we're about to get dramatic.
So disrespectful. Like, I get disrespected all the time. My cat, his pink asshole.
Speaking of pussy.
Right.
So yeah.
So they tried to coax you out of your top, and you were like, "Well, where's?" Were you like, "Where's? Is there a casting director here, or was he the director?"
He was a director. It was just me and him in a room, and he locked the door, and he was like, I need to see your tits. And I was like,
Your
well, I
tits.
don't think this is for me. And I left, and he was like, "Oh, and he tried to do the Jedi mind trick, ladies. You know about this? Well, you're beautiful. Why? What? You embarrassed? Would you embarrass? Nigga, don't try that fucking reverse psychology 1-on-1 on me." So I didn't do it, and I never worked in any of his films. Another time, Steven Seagal, I've mentioned his name before. There was an audition at his house, and people were like, "Well, why would you go to the house?" Well, he had auditions there before, and it was totally legit. Casting directors, it was a full production going on. So a year later, there was another audition. I went. And when I got there, it was just me, him, and his assistant, and we're waiting for other people to get there. And no one ever showed up. So he wanted to give me a tour of the house. So he's like, let me show you this room. And I'm like, I didn't ask. And your house, honestly, is not all that. Like, for Steven Seagal money, like, you should have a way better. It was a very cluttered.
Modest.
It wasn't shit. And he had on like the little the satin Asian kind of robe, the shit he wears in movies, and they had the hair plugs and the ponytail. So, show me
I hate y'all. Steven Seagal was the shit. Fuck y'all.
And so he shows me one room, and he's like, in this room, and he had all this little jade and all this, Far East shit in there. And I when I get nervous, my neck gets tight. So I was like doing that. And he's like, what's wrong? He's like, why don't you just lay down?
Hold up. I'm not laughing because this is disrespectful. But how can you still be rich and say the same shit to somebody that I said, like, in my 1-bedroom apartment? Your next
right.
Why don't you lay down?
Let me give you a massage.
What did you do?
He was like,
after he said that, what'd you do?
He was like, it's just, I can, are you shy? I can close the blind. You take your shirt off. Like, don't worry about it. It's just medicine for me. Like, just lay down. And I was like, no, I'm good. He goes, I have oils that can straighten out your spine.
Not
now,
the oils.
listen,
not the oils.
Well, hold up. Wait. Hold on. I'm trying to invite you on my IG live because I need to take it from the oils that will straighten out your neck. Like, that is the funniest bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
It said live video. And okay, here we go. Invite us.
Hold up.
Okay.
All right. So it's Steven Seagal. We got Claudia Jordan and Steven Seagal. You're at his house for a potential audition. Yes. He's got hair plugs. The house is really cluttery. It's really not that dope. But now, when you get nervous, now this is the funniest, quirkiest shit I've ever heard in my life. When you get nervous, your neck gets tight.
Yeah, it was like tense. So Steven Seagal offered to straighten out my spine with his magical oils he got from the Far East. And I said, well, I know Stephen DeGrassi. I know, rocket scientist or, medical expert. I don't know of any oils that can straighten a spine. That's just me. He insisted. Okay. So I was like, no. So he sat on the bed and he grabbed me and pulled me on the bed real hard on his lap.
Oh,
so
now I got serious. Oh, shit.
So then I'm like, okay. I started thinking about all the movies where he was doing that karate shit. And I was like, he gonna fuck me up.
Claudia, you should have took that goddamn oil. Now
give me that lavender.
He pushes you on, he pulls you and you're on the lap, and now what?
So ladies, y'all probably feel me on this. I pretended I had cramps and I had my period, and I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling that good today, but let me come back in a couple days and I got you. I was acting my ass off because inside I was like.
Wow.
The hair plugs for me, but
yeah, the hair plugs. He got hair plugs.
Yeah. And I didn't like older men at the time, and he's white, and I'm just not really into all of that. So I said what I had to say to leave, and he goes, "You're not going to be acting like this when you come next time." I go, "Oh no, I just don't feel right. I need to." And he was like, "Oh, okay." Like he thought about it, like whether he's not. Oh, the door was locked, by the way. So then he unlocked the door and let me escape. So
right,
it wasn't escape.
Yeah, it wasn't escape. Yes.
I'm counting the steps until we get to the front door. I'm like, okay, I'm almost there. I'm almost free. And then when we got to the front door, and this was felt so disrespectful, he just slapped me on the ass. He's like, I'll see you in a few days or something like that. And I was like, okay. It was the hardest thing I had to do. And I had to play it out because I thought about it after, how would this story be received? Black girl, white man, superstars house. After hours, they're gonna say, "What were you? It's my fault. What were you doing there?
Why did you go over there?
Oh, you're a gold digger. You was just trying to get paid, whatever." And I got into the car and I just lost it. And I called the person that set up the audition. I said, "You fucking set me up. You set me up to, you knew. And I was just like, I couldn't even talk. And it was like, and to this day, it's fuck him, because I got away. And I can't imagine, I know there's a lot of women that didn't get away. And now no one listened to me. I told this story on the radio on Foxhole back in the day. And TMZ reached out to me at the point, and I just didn't feel comfortable talking about it back then. But since then, a whole bunch of women have come forward and said similar things. And you don't believe shit when it's a black woman saying it. It's almost like it's our fault, and we sluts anyways, right? When a white woman does it, now it's like, let's give her a $50 million settlement. And poor thing, you must have been so traumatized. And with us, we just supposed to be strong, so you could take it. You all right?
Yeah,
that
y'all
shit
got
fucked
that
me
black
up.
girl magic. Y'all good.
Did he ever acknowledge? Did he ever acknowledge it to speak to that? He never even acknowledged.
I never talked to him ever again. Never.
And that's why people think I'm bugging when I'm saying the curse of being a beautiful woman, just a woman in general, obviously. When you're in those situations, because the story starts off and you're making me laugh,
right?
And then by the middle of the story, I'm like, oh shit. Like this is a norm on what goes on in Hollywood.
I mean, think about how many women, like, I never really took the acting shit seriously after that, because I was like, I don't have to go through this all the time, so I'll just be a game show model, and then or a host on podcasts that don't pay nearly as much as these movies. And yes, I made a choice to not really pursue it like that. I could have, because it was like a long time ago. Who knows how far along I could have been with my career. And then people come for you like, you're just on game shows, or you're just this. Well, guess what? Howie Mandel has never gotten fresh with me. He's been a total professional. And some of these other spaces are safer for me. You know what I mean? Like that world is so wicked. Like there's a lot of women that are in these rooms that want it so bad. They left their town with $50 or $100 and they said, there's no going back. So they did what they had to do to their mental health, their detriment. You know what I mean? They laid down with these men and they cried through it and they just powered through thinking this is what everyone else does. So I'm just doing what everybody else does. And and then it never ends up, well, with a couple that I heard that, it blew up for them, but it doesn't really happen like that. It rarely happens. Like you give it up and then you're left empty and no one, and then they throw you away like a piece of trash. I'm not doing that shit. I'd rather be on some low budget shit and talk my shit confidently where no one got the goods on me.
Right.
I only fuck broke people that I like.
Right.
That audition to be monkeys.
Well, monkey role.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it happens more than just Hollywood, though. Mike.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
everywhere.
Absolutely. I just when I mentioned like Hollywood always puts this perception where they want everybody to go out there, but even with Harvey Weinstein, it's just crazy. They had a compilation of how many people won awards and thanked him, and I was like, wow, this psycho dude really had the power to even have Oprah taking pictures with him, and everybody knew. Like there are now people coming out like we all knew what was going on. It's just the motherfucker was so powerful that he literally had like A-list superstar celebrities and actresses having to go along with the process in order to keep their career going.
Mike, but look at the situation that I had in Dallas. I can't speak on it because there was a lawsuit and they settled with me, but this person still works there. This person is still getting accolades and making money off Black people. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and this person, they removed the woman and not the man that's doing it. That's what happens. So when we see this happen time after time after time after time, you lose faith in the system. You lose faith in, well, you know, so you got to make a decision. You know, and a lot of times the victim loses, like the perpetrator doesn't really get punished when it's a man too many times in this business. We still like, it's better, but they still, all the people that fucked with me are still working. All of them. Not one was fired at The Price is Right, and then he ended up dying. But that's the only one that I've ever seen face consequences. I've been in this shit for 20 some years. Do you know how many times I've been in situations where one director that told me to take my top off, my friend went to audition for him, and he put the date rape drug in her water and gave her water with the top off already, and she drank it, and then she started getting dizzy. He told her to lay down, and she didn't do it. She went outside. She goes, I don't feel good. I got to get out of here. And she flagged down a police officer. They tested the water. It tested positive. This person is still working in the business, and they would think she's a hoe and that she's just trying to come up on him. So y'all don't want to believe us when we tell you what's really happening. Not y'all. But it's fucked up,
I know what you're saying, and even in the circumstance that you can't speak upon because you had the lawsuit, like the story was so crazy that I was like, well,
you can speak on it.
Yeah. I'm like, how the fuck does this person not get fired? Like this is obvious. Like this is an obvious conflict of it's harassment. There are text messages. There's evidence all over the place, and
proof was there.
And it's not the first case.
That part.
It's not the first case. It's the first case that happened to deal with somebody who knew exactly how to handle it. Mm-hmm. It was the first case that somebody had an attorney. It was the first case that somebody had somebody that could represent them, but it wasn't the first case.
But if you lower the culpability factor, right? If you lower it, then it makes the next victim story less plausible or less validated.
But when the judge and jury is a white guy with two other white people in human resource, and they're willing to cut a check and then keep this person around who's still there to this day.
Let me tell you, if a black man tried half the things these white men tried on a white woman in the workplace, they would be deemed a sex offender.
What?
They would never work again in this business. And that's just what it is.
Yep.
Both, the other guy that died, that worked at this company, he was doing it to women for 17 years. I was just the one brave enough or silly enough or arrogant enough or whatever you want to call it, just come forward. But like there was before me so many women that was complaining about it. You know what I mean? And it's like it just happens. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be a downer to this kind of show.
No. I really love what you're saying. Like I really love what you're saying. So continue.
Black women out there watching it and y'all sisters on the panel, the message is constantly reinforced to us, whether it's obvious or not. Your story don't matter. It ain't as important as the others. You see all the women that are on Fox News and they had these lawsuits. When they get someone for sexual harassment, they're getting these humongous $20 million, $40 million payouts. We get told you were lucky to have this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just
be thankful.
Yeah.
You should be thankful. You're overreacting. No, it's not like that. No, let's just sit down and talk about this. Maybe you ought to go home and take a nap and come back and we can start again.
Claudia, I could keep you here all morning. And
right?
I really could. And for real, I want to thank you because when I sent you the text, you were like, yes, I'll do it. And thank you because I know you got a ton of things that's going on and you always come on the show. And I promise you I'll bother you in a few weeks to come back. So please just answer the goddamn text, please.
Wait, my mom, I told my mom we were having her on the show. She wanted me to ask you real quick about Candy. It's about Real Housewives. I said I didn't want to ask you about it.
It's okay.
You get tired of answering those. Okay. But she said my mom said the show is over. Candy wants $4 million. They're not going to pay her. The show is done without Candy. What are your thoughts on Housewives and where they at right now and going forward?
I don't know if that's true that she wants $4 million. Because I did see that on a blog. I think the problem with that show is putting random people together on a show like that is never going to be the magic that what it once was. The reason why the show worked is because the people had real and organic relationships with each other. So you cared about these girls were friends for 10 years prior to this. When you just get celebrities like, oh, let's throw in this celebrity, that has nothing to do with the cast, that is not going to be the magic. So they need to retain the people that actually rock with each other. I think Candy definitely needs to be part of the show. I think Kenya needs to be a part. I think a lot of the original cast need to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like even people that I don't fuck with, I think
even Nene.
Well, she was good for the show. It's just and here we go. They'll clip this one part and say that I'm obsessed with her, even though you asked me about the question. I think that Nene, it was great for the show until you start to believe the hype too much, and then and it's a shame because I think she came so far from the beginning of that show. They were making like $5,000 a season. And she took that and really became a breakout star. And to let ego get you fucked up to fumble a $2 million bag because your attitude and you're negative and you're hard to work with and you had salt cameraman and you know, I think that it's sad to see that because we don't have a lot of opportunities where Black women can make $2 million on a reality show. Yeah. So as much as people think I don't hate her. I just look at her like, damn, if I was your friend, I would have been giving you different advice. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that the show, it may have run its course. or they got to go back to the drawing board and get back what made the show magical. And maybe that is Nene. You know, maybe she'll be humbled now. I don't know, but I think the show may be coming to an end, honestly. But I pitched a show about the Dallas scene, about the and it's
and y'all do have a little. Y'all got a Dallas scene. Like I ain't been around the clique. I just seen it from a distance. Y'all do got a fucking scene that's going on.
Who's the squad? Who's the squad? Give me some names. Who's the squad?
They got a drunken, like they get it in. These chicks get it in.
My friend Isha, my friend Nikki Chu, my friend Jennifer, my friend Chan, my friend Tony. They're all bosses. They got it going on. They like whether the man's bringing home money or not, they gonna be good. Like they are hardworking women, and they're also dope as fuck and not fake and bougie. It's a good group. But I pitched it, and me and Carlos King partnered up on this. And Carlos is the one that made Housewives of Atlanta the success that it was. And he's the one that brought me on the show. So we continued. I pitch him ideas that I want to do. I really want to do some more stuff around Dallas. Like I have 3 show ideas for Dallas, and I feel like we're next. Atlanta had to run for a long time with all the shows out of Atlanta. There's a lot of talent here and funny people and good personalities, and like this dope. Like the black people here are dope. They got it going on.
They really do.
They really do.
Shameless plug. I'm in Dallas. I'm right in downtown. If you need anything, I'm right here. Just holler at Mike.
We need to do something. We need to do something. Like we need to like. I think Dallas has a lot of potential shows that could be here.
And I like that. And the thing about you, Claudia, is when you say you're doing something, it normally happens. Claudia's like, I'm shooting a late night talk show. I'm shooting a talk show. And I'm like, okay. So you're going to come through? I said, okay. And I get there. It's just a full production with cameras coming out the fucking ceiling. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like she's doing it. Oh, the thing about that the Dallas thing, if y'all did that reality show, let's say y'all think y'all could still be friends after that, Claudia?
It'll affect some friendships, I think. But this show isn't about the drama amongst each other. It's more about what's going on in your own households.
Oh, so you're gonna go. So y'all not gonna really interact like that. Like it's not gonna be a constant going.
We'll still interact, but I don't want to be a part of a show where I hate going to film something because I don't like this bitch because she says so. I don't want that kind of show. We have had enough toxicity to last us a lifetime. Right. There's other ways of having drama on a show without it being that. Like we're all in our 40s. Some people are dealing with infertility issues or, feeling like they're not evenly yoked with their mate. There's other things that are interesting about our lives. Like I'm sick of seeing black people on TV fighting, like lowest common denominator. Like we are more than bitch, I'ma fuck you up and try me, ho. Like, okay, we've done that. It's not even it's not even compelling anymore. Show me some shit I want to be like damn, she's a boss. How the fuck I get like that? Like, I want to see that. I'm sick of seeing that shit. I'm sick of seeing us look a hot ass mess, fighting, being ignorant. Because if you go to Europe and places that only get our reality TV, they think we're all like that.
Wow. I mean, but Europe, like you're right. But they thought that everybody was just like that even before reality shows. But I get what you're saying. Are we gonna have? Last question. Any wedding bells coming soon?
KJ, our homie. What's up? Where we at? Did he propose?
I mean, no.
Did you propose? You could propose too, right?
I would never play myself.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why is that playing yourself?
Black. That is playing yourself.
Wait a second. Why is that playing yourself?
Claudia is.
Oh, I wish I had a lady. I wish I had
Let her say. Let her hear it.
If you ask a man to marry you, a lot of times I think a man will say yes to us because they don't want to hurt our feelings or embarrass us. I don't want to be the one that you marry me because I made you. I want you to be dying to marry me. Like, and if you don't feel that way, then guess what? We won't get married. I'll be damned if I get down on one knee with a ring and look up at him with I'm not doing that shit. I'm not begging no nigga to marry me. I'm not even I don't even pressure a man to marry me. I would never even push it. You have to want to really do it for us to get married. Like, no.
So what y'all saying? What you saying? What you're saying is everything you just described. I'm not begging a man to marry me.
No.
What you're saying is that's what we've been doing our entire lives is begging women to marry us. That's what you're saying.
No.
You just said I'm not doing. You just said doing the same exact thing a man does makes you feel that you're. And Claudia, I'm not saying to propose in any fucking way. I'm just putting it in any way. I'm not saying to ever get it on the. I'm just saying when you describe the same action that we've done our entire lives and then say that's begging, then what you're saying is that action is us begging our entire lives for you to marry us.
No, I'm going back to what Jay said earlier about about roles. That is a man, that to me, I believe in some traditional roles. That's a man's role. So when I'm stepping outside of my feminine role and doing what you're doing, it comes off as begging. When y'all do it, it's setting the tone. Like, I feel like it'll never work if a woman is like twisting some man's arm to marry her. And I don't think I think men for the most part know that we are conditioned since we're little to want to get married. So most likely the answer is going to be yes. Y'all are not. So for us to get married, you have to really want to do it or it's not going to happen. That's how I feel. I'm sorry, but I don't think y'all are begging us when y'all do it. I think you know what I mean?
I just think women pick and choose what traditional roles they want.
Right.
And it's always women. Always, I'm an independent woman. I can do whatever a man can do. And not this one. I can do it.
But if you're not ready,
But once again, if you ask me to marry, if somebody asked me to marry me and I was like, oh shit, I do want to marry you, I wouldn't think she was begging. Like I wouldn't perceive her as matter of fact, there's certain women in this world that if they would have done it, would have probably changed my life. So I just think the perception of that's a masculine thing to do and traditional. And then if men say, well, that's a feminine thing to do, I'm not doing that. Then that's when y'all call us cavemen. When we stay with exactly. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you for just being honest with it. Thank you for just being honest with it.
Y'all are cavemen.
It's the contradiction. Like all of a sudden, I don't want to do that because that's the feminine thing to do, and I'm not with that. I'm not doing that. They're like, you're a caveman. You haven't evolved. You haven't evolved.
You said earlier that women, pick and choose what traditional roles that we want to embrace. I'm going to challenge you and say men do that shit too, because y'all want us to cook and clean and have your meal ready and give you head 3 times a week and have sex. But then you want to back up off them traditional values when we talk about you paying them goddamn bills. Now it's like, well, aren't you an independent woman? Which one is it? I can cook and clean and do all that shit and then sit on my ass. I can be pretty in my job. It can be just to be beautiful and sexy for you if I don't have to worry about no bills. If I got to worry about bills, you might get stubble on my legs. You might get an eyebrow that ain't arched. You might get some weak ass, unenthusiastic head when I feel like it, because I have to still work. Now, if you take care of all that shit, I can relax and I can have time to be on Fashion Nova or Victoria's Secret websites and buy lingerie for your black ass.
Don't
you
say
gonna
that.
make me if I gotta work.
But don't say that, because when we do make the money and we do have you in that situation and we go like, I'm making all the money, we're looked at cavemen then too. They're
no,
like,
but
you just because you taking care of her, you think you deserve to get head 3 times a day and she should cook and clean with you in the 60s.
I believe you do. If someone pays all my bills, you deserve all of that. You do.
Oh, well,
maybe not.
I ain't gonna argue with that.
Because that would be my job. If I'm not bringing anything else to the table except being a sexy partner, and I know what it is, but you can't just be paying the minimum. We ain't living in no goddamn apartment. We balling out of control. You gotta get all that.
Hey, I'm with you on that. I'm clapping up for that. That's some fair shit right there.
Ladies, ladies, if you had a man that took care of everything financially, where you don't have to do anything, would you mind, like, being the woman that just, your job is to be pretty and give him sex all the time? Would you mind that?
Do that? It would be whatever you like.
Whatever you like.
Whatever you like.
Really?
You want me to bark like a dog? Yeah. I ain't got to worry about nothing. It's all taken care of.
Hold on, let me write this down.
That shit is sexy, y'all. It's sexy. Now, of course, it's gonna get annoying sometimes. And ladies, we have to be honest. We might be sick of it, but we gotta kind of, if that's what you sign up for, you're gonna have to
put the game face on. Yes.
I like
but if you want an equal partner, fellas, financially, then you don't get to, it's not at your beck and call. It's when I feel like it too, because we're 50-50.
Right.
I totally agree with that too.
Which I'd rather be like that, actually.
Gotcha. Claudia Jordan, you've been amazing. Thank you.
I know.
Yeah.
You've been amazing.
They kept asking about the house flipping. Is it ready? Yes or no, real quick. You done house flipping?
It's ready. It's ready. It's in South Dallas. It's listed for $245. If anybody wants to make an offer on it, it's fully renovated, custom cabinets, granite countertops, tile. I put a lot of sweat equity in it myself. Like I like to get down and dirty. Like I'm painting walls myself and really hands on with it. So we had the next one. As soon as we sell this one, we can get into the next one.
All right, perfect.
Well, can I connect with you after this? Because we have another guest that's been sitting there.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry, Dave Anderson. Dave Anderson, I'm so sorry
So
that
I don't
talked
want to keep. I don't want to keep dragging it out. But is that okay if I connect with you through Mike?
Yeah, he can give you my number.
The last two things. Thank you for always being a friend of mine.
Why do you always
that's it. No, that's it.
Why do you always do
I'm
this?
saying thank you to her for being your friend. Like there's a lot of people that aren't real true friends, and I think I like how she rock with you. So thank you for being Mike's true friend. And lastly, I need my follow on IG, and that's it.
Okay, I got you.
That wasn't selfish right there. That wasn't selfish.
No, well, the first part wasn't selfish.
No, you just did the first part to get to yourself.
No, I was thinking that earlier, honestly, because she's a real friend. Like a lot of industry, Claudia, she knows this. Some people, Mike, we got friends, and then we got friends, and she's a friend to you, and I really like how she rock with you, and I appreciate her for being a real friend in this industry. So I wanted her to know that.
And if I would know. Go ahead. If I'd have known she was this cool, I would have bought her more breakfast when we worked at the station.
And I would have taken it. Real quick before we go, Mike was very, very sweet and a good person. I could tell right away that he was a good human being. You know what I'm saying? And I saw a lot of fair weather friends around him. You know what I mean? Where anybody can play a good friend on the Instagram and look a certain way, but I just feel like Mike is a good person. And if you sit down and talk to him, you'll know that within 5 minutes. I knew that from the first day I sat down and talked to him in the break room, that he was a good person. And I don't throw people away when they have struggles. I actually think that makes people more dope when they're okay to talk about them. You know what I'm saying? And he's okay making fun of himself. I'll always try to plug Mike in any projects I got going on. I actually have a play coming up October 9th in Dallas. And I actually asked him I need y'all to give him a role in this play.
She did.
So, yeah. So,
all right, Mike, you ain't even told me that.
See?
Oh my God, you rolling out.
Yeah. She said, "You ask and you shall receive." It was just that simple. Like Claudia is the truth.
Yep. Before we go, and I'm sorry, Dave. I know he's like, this bitch keep talking in my time. I just encourage people to be a good person when you think people are not looking. Like, don't just do it when people are you putting on. Like, I'm the type of person, if I burp in the privacy of my own house, I still say excuse me, and that's how I live my life. The same things I would do in public is what I do in private, and that becomes my habit, and that becomes who you are. So like, just be solid 100% of the time. You never know who's watching you and taking notes. Like, I'm rocking with that person. I don't care what they say over there, because I have a lot of people that talk shit about me. So I appreciate the people like Mike that overlook all the bullshit and the lies and the rumors. So when you're solid, I'm telling you, the opportunities are going to come get you. They're going to come find you no matter where you are. They're going to come find you, and you're going to get what you deserve. I promise y'all that. So we could just all be good people moving forward, and not just when the cameras are on us for the gram. And that's all I got to say about that. So, yeah.
Well, thank you again, Claudia. There was something. Claudia, the guy we're about to interview, that you take.
He hates me right now.
He hates you. But he's from Philly, and he interviewed Bill Cosby and his attorney. And they have like 150 pages of what the deposition what he really said in the deposition, and what the victims really said. And we're gonna interview. So I thought you would be interested in that, because
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I thought you'd be interested. So he's coming on. Thank you again, Claudia. I will be calling you. Yes, she did get me a part in a play in October. We'll have auditions. And then she was like, and then Claudia turned into my manager on a conference call and said, well, are we saying this can be a reoccurring role? I was just happy that I was in the first. And I was like, reoccurring? What the fuck are y'all talking about? Wait.
It's actually going to be 2 shows on that same day. We're going to do a daytime show and a nighttime show. So.
Claudia.
2
shows. An afternoon show and a night show. 2 shows.
Recurring, back to back.
All right, Dave, I'm sorry, financial bully.
Dave turned the internet off. Dave did that.
Damn, Dave, what type of hater shit was that? I was promoting you.
Or it was the government. You know, you mentioned Bill Cosby.
Oh, Jesus. Or it was, never mind. Give me 3 minutes. I'm taking a black and mild break. We come right back with David Anderson. Thank you, Dave. 2 minutes. Oh, God, Jay, what the fuck? It's like we a gay couple. Like, how you trying to
puff and get back on the show?
The show is going to run long today.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, you're right. Oh, you're absolutely right. I'm doing it fast, quick and fast. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Thank you, Claudia Jordan. Yeah. What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out. Miss Jones is putting out she just got an Egg McMuffin. If you don't take your ass to sleep.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.
For those who don't know, Miss Jones has her YouTube. We have a YouTube, Miss Jones in the Morning Show reunion. Episode 9 is up now. And our guest was Mano. And she was on live. And she was on live to like 10 minutes ago, damn it. And she's talking about she getting an Egg McMuffin. Don't get some sleep.
Get some rest.
How about you get an orange drink with a side of Ambien? Get some sleep, woman.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out.
Like, I'm a sloppy crier. Like, I'm like, when the floodgates open, we would have had to take like a half-hour break.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.
It wasn't like I'm not good. Like, I'm the dude that has to go by myself somewhere in the room and just sob. I don't cry. I sob. You can't sob when you're doing a one-man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then you played out with the water bottle, like.
Yeah, I had to drink that water.
I'm not crying.
Yeah. The water's leaking out my eyes. I'm drinking too much water. It's coming out my eyes.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
Tap in, Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends at J Black, Sexy Mo, Shawnee Scott. We normally do, and it was my bad, y'all. We went extra. Thank you to Claudia Jordan for joining the show. Thank you so much. So we don't have Allegedly with Sexy Mo today. We will be back on it tomorrow, and we will have Allegedly. And the next man that's going to enter our squares on Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legend Morning Show. This man is a comedian, entrepreneur, and also just had an exclusive interview with Bill Cosby and his attorney. The business bully is Instagram, but I know him as Dave Anderson. And give it up for Dave Anderson. He's in the building.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Oh, hey.
It works.
Listen.
Oh, welcome to the show.
I already know.
Yeah, he sat through the whole Claudia thing. I appreciate him being loyal and sticking around.
Hey, man, I love it. And, Claudia and I have had some of the same trauma dealing with some of the same people. So I give her all the respect in the world. Never met her. Like, if she come in one room, she's leaving the room, I'm coming in. Like, we've never actually met, conversed, anything, but like a lot of the same history with a lot of the same people.
At the same radio station. Ain't that about it?
At several of the same radio stations.
Yeah. One day I'm just going to be immature and just start But anyway, it's not.
I'll flame them, and I got insurance. I can cover you. Good.
Yeah, eventually I will. Dave, number one, you're a stand-up comedian. Number one, I've known you forever.
That's true. Like
that's number one.
Before I had kids.
Before you had kids.
Decades, yeah.
And you were breaking in the radio, and you were doing your thing, and but you have this interview. Let me preface everything. One of the biggest things that we've ever done on this show that turned into something that turned into something that turned into something that we still don't understand was speaking about Bill Cosby and the victims. And one of the victims, or maybe two of the victims, I don't know how many, had I had read that they had been raped by Bill Cosby twice. And my question was, and we had people commenting, my question was, who goes back for seconds? I want to quote it exactly how I said it, so I don't sugarcoat it. I said, who goes back for seconds after the first time? And we got a lot of heat. I got a lot of heat. Not we. Wasn't Jay Black, wasn't Shawn, wasn't Mo. And everybody was like, I can't believe you're saying this, you're being insensitive. And I'm like, I just have questions about this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. And it got serious. It got, we're never gonna listen to you again, and we're never gonna. And I'm like, well, what am I asking that's wrong? Can you please explain to me? First of all, was I off base with that comment? And if I was, you would know better than me because you've read the deposition of it's like 150 pages, correct?
Correct. It's about 100. Yeah, it's about 150 pages. First of all, you are 100% right. Second of all, no one should be demonized for asking a question. That's your job. Right. Third of all, here's the thing. We live in a culture now where people say something, right? And then enough people come along and say the same thing. Then all of a sudden it just becomes fact. There is no evidence. There's no type of scientific discussion. There's no type of hearing anything. There's no due process. It's, oh, he didn't. Why would all these people lie? Right. And then the other part that you have to understand about society now is that we don't have long memories. Right. So I can go back 10 years and show you where Gloria Allred went on TMZ and said, what we need to do is have Bill Cosby put up $100 million. And then we'll have 3 retired judges who will sit on a panel. And then, I'm going to oversee this.
Who, when you say her name, explain to her.
Gloria Allred, who was famous for going after black men. She did it with Kevin Hart. She did it with Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal actually settled with this woman. This woman is notorious for going after black men almost exclusively. So she says, we're going to have 3 judges, have this independent panel. I'm going to oversee the fund. And if anybody comes up and they have a case, then we'll decide how much of that 100 million they get. Right. We also forget that that same year she put up billboards in New York, in Atlanta, in LA, and damn near every major city talking about, if you've been victimized by Bill Cosby, call me. I don't know about you, but if somebody puts up that type of call to action, if somebody puts up that type of situation, if you put blood in a water where there are sharks will come running. Right. So you're not wrong. The society is wrong for jumping to conclusions and not having all of the facts. Because when you start to look at the alleged victims, and again, you have to understand that personally speaking, as a person who was raped as a child, I take sexual assault very seriously. I'm also the son and brother and nephew of cops. So I know how this goes. When things happen, the first thing that you do is you go get a rape kit. And I'm sorry, in America, I don't care if you've got Jeff Bezos money. Ain't no white person in America scared of a black person, no matter how much money or power they have. You're trying to tell me not one rape kit, not one solid, verified police report? Something stinks. Something absolutely stinks. So when we talk about it, we have to be very careful as to what we're talking about. And if we're having conversations with people who actually know what happened.
Let me ask you, and Mo and Jay Black, if you have any questions, just give me the little signal. And Shawnee also give me the signal. I don't want to say conspiracy because I hate saying the word conspiracy because it's almost like it disqualifies anything, because there was a conspiracy that John F. Kennedy was killed. And then now if you go to where he was assassinated, the conspiracies are 1000% true. Was there a problem when Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC, the network?
Yes.
Was that something that started the ball rolling to set him up?
The ball has been rolling to set him up years before that. There was a Jewish gentleman who went to Bill Cosby's house and disrespected him, and Bill Cosby threw him out. And that man said he was going to make it his mission to make his life easier. And this man became a very big muckety muck. And he was
when you say muckety muck, what does that mean?
That means that he has a lot of power, like an Andy Cohen or Harvey Weinstein.
Okay.
They love our talent, but they don't respect our manhood, our strength, our intelligence, our right to be human. And Dr. Cosby wasn't having that. Like, he's from Philly. He's from the same projects that I come from, right? My mother grew up down the street from him. So this man ain't taking that. Like, do not let the bullet box, like, no, you're not going to let nobody, you already know. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain level of disrespect we're not going to tolerate. And he wasn't going to tolerate. So this man made it his mission. I also, had the pleasure of knowing Dick Gregory. And I would have conversations with Dick Gregory about certain things. And if you know Dick Gregory will just all of a sudden just start talking about, hey, I'm from Philly. What? You think it's a coincidence? And so we started having this conversation about the death of Ennis Cosby, right? Bill Cosby's only son. And you also have to understand when we talk about that, Ennis was driving his mother's Mercedes. Ennis had $5,000 in cash approximately in a presidential Rolex on. I'm from the hood, and I don't know anybody who's going to do all of that in some apparent robbery and leave a presidential Rolex, $5,000, and that Mercedes untouched.
Not in Philly.
And so I asked Andrew Wyatt, who's Dr. Cosby's spokesperson, if there's any truth to what Dick Gregory told me. And he said, yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. They're not going to out and out say that, yeah, this was the first strike across the bow, the same way that people won't say that, Michael Jordan's father's death kept Michael Jordan in line. But these things, especially, you got to remember, Bill Cosby was worth $500-600 million in the 80s and 90s. Right. Do you have any idea what kind of unprecedented power that is for a black man? And now you want to go out here and you want to start debunking stereotypes. When Bill Cosby came up with a different world, all of a sudden, growth at HBCUs went to 80%. Growth at PWIs, primarily white institutions, went up to 62%.
Yep.
Because people were enrolling. It's like, oh, I want to go to college. I didn't know that about college. This is a possibility for me, because they saw different archetypes. And they saw something different than yo, baby mama, drug dealer, gangbanger, rap, jump shot.
Yeah.
So the man was dangerous. He was one of the most dangerous men in America.
There's so much, and I want to stay focused on this.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk to Bill Cosby and you talk to his attorney, now that they're out of jail, now that he's out of jail, he's out of jail. What were the first things that they were saying? Were they saying he's railroaded? Were they saying that he was set up? What are they saying? Because it's kind of like when he left, I know he has a huge lawsuit against Pennsylvania, but are they yelling out, you guys set me up? Is Bill Cosby innocent?
Yes. 100% unequivocally. And I've known Jay Black since Jay Black was working at a Pizza Hut.
And you know what's funny at Pizza Hut? Yeah, I just went to
tell a lie. Have you ever known me to be extra when it comes to the truth? Ever?
No, I honestly I didn't even realize who you were until somebody said. I said, "Oh, that's Taz." Okay, yeah. So yeah, we've known each other when I worked at Pizza Hut for many years. But when you said he's not guilty, because I know Mike said he was charged with rape. He was never charged with rape, right? He was only
never charged with rape. They charged him with second-degree indecent assault, which means that all he did was finger Andrea Constant. But that's not on the table. Then you got people saying, "Well, he gave her Quaaludes." Quaaludes haven't existed since 1983. So unless you've got a DeLorean and you can go back to when I was 7, you're full of shit. On top of that, here's the thing. When I say this man is 100% innocent, he's 100% innocent. Now, for those of us who have lived in the Philadelphia area, we know what Cheltenham Elkins Park looks like. We also know that, of course, the community has a certain vibe, right? Mm-hmm. Granted, have you ever in your lives, any of you, ever heard of somebody being fined for, and let me finish the whole thing before you answer, somebody being fined for their lawn not being kept, and then the same fine being issued to that same person's wife? One's in jail, the other's in New York. The reason that they put a $1,000 and $1,005 fine on Dr. Cosby and another $1,005 fine on Camille Cosby is because the DA, the state attorney general, the DA wanted to keep Dr. Cosby in prison and hold him up. So if you've got fines, they can hold you in there longer. Isn't that a miscarriage of justice? And why does the district attorney have time to file papers about your lawn? And then why would you file the same fine twice on the same household?
Well, okay. Did Bill Cosby admit? The story out there is that prosecution said we'll never file another, we'll never go at you again, which is crazy to me. And they say, hey, since we're never going to do it again, how about you tell us what you did and admit to everything, which didn't make any sense. Did that happen? Did Bill Cosby ever admit to raping anybody?
Never. That's not what happened. And see, it's amazing. Like Claudia Jordan said, you can take something and take a piece and take it out of context, right? So I'm going to ask you a question, Michael Shawn. Have you ever performed on a stage with a few beers?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to a comedy club and say, I'm going to kill the stage because I'm going to take something home tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that make you a rapist?
I hope not.
Okay, then. So let's go with what Dr. Cosby actually said. He said, well, have you ever purchased Quaaludes? He said, yes. Have you ever purchased Quaaludes with the intent to have sex? He said, yes. Well, why would you do that? Well, because it was the 60s and the 70s and it's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And that was the drug of the day. Quaaludes were like Molly. But you got no problem with Kodak Black. I don't see y'all having Kodak Black anywhere, being arrested for doing that. 1. 2, you also have to understand that Dr. Cosby is not the first person to use Spanish fly or any of that stuff. Oh, and then they asked him, did you ever do it without anyone's knowledge? No.
And this is all documented.
It's all in deposition, but Black people don't like to read all that stuff. Generally, forgive me.
150 pages. Now, one thing I was curious about, when you talked to them, when he was locked up, and he refused to do the courses that would help ease his time, he said, because I didn't do it. Did you talk about that? Did you ask him, hey, how hard was that for him to stand down and say, I'm not doing it. I don't care what consequences come with it, but I didn't do it, so I'm not doing it.
Let me tell you how much of a G Bill Cosby is, right? They offered him all the creature comforts. It was like, we'll put a TV up in here. You can have the soft bed, boom, 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 boom. Like they were going to treat him like, club fed. He was like, nah, not only that, 3 or 4 weeks before he knew he had to go in, he started training. So it was like, yeah, I'm not going to have that. Nope, I'm not eating none of that. Like he started working out as best as you can with a man who's damn near 100% blind. He trained his body. He didn't have any specific, creature comforts, didn't want any, denied them all. On top of that, while he was in there for 2 years and 10 months, he created a program to help inmates get themselves together. He was so loved. The officer who processed him in had tears in his eyes when he processed him out. The entire, every inmate, no exaggeration, was like, Bill, you free. Go ahead, Uncle Bill, you out of here. This, that, and the third. Like everybody, round of applause, the whole 9, because they knew it was a job. Now, here's the thing. Jay Black and I, we're from the same neighborhood. If somebody's out here raping people and they go in, what happens to them?
They getting it. They catching it.
Famous or not, what happens to them?
Yeah, they getting beat up. They getting abused. They getting taken advantage of. They getting assaulted. All that's happening.
He had not one problem, not one incident, not a bad word said to him, because everybody knows the fix is in.
And
take your time. I got all day.
Yeah, and we got a few more minutes, but it's amazing because I'm not saying I know everything about this because I obviously don't. But it's like when the media puts something out, we will literally turn our backs on people that we supported. Simply because, and we forget that there's a media that is controlled not by anybody of our skin color.
At all.
And it's crazy how now you see all this evidence, and I'm just waiting for a director to just put a Netflix. I'm waiting for somebody to document this so that the masses can see this, because in normal homes right now, Bill Cosby's a rapist.
Yeah. And he was never charged with rape. That's what's weird to me. Oh my God. Yeah.
And that's what his legacy has been put as. And I'm saying this based on, I didn't agree with everything Bill Cosby said before this. I didn't agree with a lot of things Bill Cosby said, but now to literally tarnish his legacy like this, and then we all went along with it
because they told you so.
Woody Allen, famed director, was married. They adopted a child. He married the child
after years of raping her.
Right.
After years of raping her, he married the child.
Yeah.
He never went to jail. They're still married today. Let me repeat this. Him and his wife adopted a daughter. He raised her, raped her, and actually literally married her, and they're still together. And everything is all good.
Yep.
Woody Allen, who actors to this day would if he was still making movies, would say, "I'll be in your movie."
Immediately.
Let's not forget the king, Elvis Presley.
Oh yeah, because Priscilla
was 13. Priscilla was 13 when they met.
Priscilla Presley was on Barbara Walters. You can YouTube this, and said, "I would stay with him all night, and we would hold each other." And what he would do in the morning time, because I had to go to school, he would give me drugs so I can get up to go to school. This is high school.
Yep.
And it annoys me to no end.
But Dave, with Bill getting, being vindicated and freed, and
is he vindicated? Is he vindicated? That's what I'm saying. Is he vindicated? Nobody.
The public opinion. Public opinion is saying he's guilty.
BET ain't coming out and be like, "Yo, Bill Cosby was done dirty," and this, and that. No.
BET ain't owned by us.
Right.
No, I get it. I told Rob Johnson once he sold.
That wasn't for you. That was for the audience's benefit.
Okay, so TV One.
But did you agree with Bill potentially going on a tour? Is that throwing it in people's faces, or is it too soon? Like, what were your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's throwing it in people's faces. Not to mention, the bookings are coming in left and right. Do not let this media fool you talking about, oh, nobody wants to touch Bill Cosby, this, that, and the third. They're trying to make sure that man never lives. Same thing they're doing with OJ, right? And whether you believe OJ or not, that's a whole nother hour show. But it's Dr. Cosby.
Yeah, because I was looking at you like, what the fuck?
Don't bring up OJ, not now.
No. What I'm talking about how they're trying to make sure that man never, outside of the situation. Like he went to jail for taking his own stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Not
now that you're absolutely
that was a railroad
right.
job.
Yeah,
how you steal your own stuff and go to prison for it?
That was called we ain't get you the first time, and we'll get you by any means necessary second time. You're right about that, but go ahead. We need to have that talk later. Go ahead.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm just going to ask this, right? Mike Tyson, right? Got him for rape. Tupac didn't even touch the woman and went to jail for rape. You trying to tell me that you can't give Bill Cosby? Oh, and by the way, is there anybody here who does not know who Richard Nixon is?
Yes. Okay. No, I know. No, yes, I do.
So Richard Nixon had what he called the most dangerous list. And on that list were people like Jane Fonda, people like Dick Gregory. You know who else was on that list? Bill Cosby. So if Bill Cosby was raping all these women in the 60s and the 70s, but he was being watched by the president, being watched by the FBI, being watched by the government, how come they didn't drag his ass in chains before he could ever come up with picture pages? I'll wait.
Look, we're gonna have to have you back because I know we got you on here late.
I feel like a show with him and Dr. Aaron Smith, and I feel like a show right there.
I think we need to have a Friday show, and we need to have this situation go down.
So
David Anderson.
Wait! I didn't get to ask my question.
Go
where can we see the interview?
The interview is streaming right now. I took down every last piece of programming except for the conversation with Andrew White and Bill Cosby on Business Bully TV. So it's on a loop. You can get Business Bully TV.
Say it again.
Business Bully TV. You can get it on iOS, Android, Roku, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, any place you stream. You can get it. You go to businessbully.tv if you just want to watch it without downloading an app.
Business Bully TV. That's what our app. And then for the app, one more time for the people like myself that missed it.
Oh yeah, Roku, iOS.
It's on all of those. Okay,
yeah,
Business Bully TV. Is there a deposition?
Everything we're on, they're on.
Is there copies of the deposition for the public? Somebody reached out to me asking.
Yeah, they're online, just like there's copies of the fines that they put up there. But there's one question I want to make sure I want to make sure I completely get to, right? So the DA who said that he was going to not prosecute Bill Cosby was Bruce Castor. The guy who actually prosecuted Bill Cosby is a guy named Kevin Steele. Kevin Steele ran political ads saying this guy didn't prosecute Bill Cosby, all while Kevin Steele was a prosecutor. Right. So this was a political thing. So this guy ran a campaign and won off of I'm going to get Bill Cosby. Wink, wink, hint, hint, dog whistle. I'm going to put that nigger in his place.
Mm-hmm. Which was illegal after the deal that had been made.
It was illegal after the deal was put in place. And he said, none of my successors can prosecute you. Right. But of course, since when have white people not moved the goalposts when getting what they want, especially when it comes to railroading black people?
All right, Dave.
Well, all right. All right.
I think I may see you later on this afternoon. We might be talking about sports. We have to get you back on the show, Business Bully.
TV. Yeah, I want to see this interview. I want to see did Bill come off cocky? Was he just happy to be out? Like,
no, like you have to remember this is an 84-year-old man. So I asked a lot of the questions to Andrew, and then he wound up calling Dr. Cosby, and I still had tape rolling. And so he started to talk to me about civil rights, how people are trying to present Dr. Cosby with checks for the work he's doing in order to preserve and celebrate things like the anniversary of Selma. And it was like, yeah, you can do that, but we don't want you to put up pictures of people having hoses on them and things of that nature. Right. Like Dr. Cosby is focused on the mission. He already knows what's going to happen legally because of the money that he lost and all that other stuff. That stuff's already in the works. He's focusing on our people. Right. And then when you look at what he said in retrospect, and I'll shut up on this. When you look at what he said in retrospect, y'all need to stop sitting up here having a bunch of babies. Y'all need to start pulling your pants up and stop telling them to tell you what to do. That music is influencing you the wrong way. You don't know what you're doing. You're not in control of your own stuff. You need to go out here and do for yourself. All of those things now, some 15, 20 years later, don't really sound that bad.
Now the actual facts.
Yeah, because he actually told you things that you didn't want to do because God forbid you have accountability because I'm strong. I do whatever the hell I want. And now you have nothing. And that's the problem. The other thing is we got to stop this cancel culture shit. And I'm so happy that I have enough money that I don't ever have to worry about anybody canceling shit because I'll just buy shit.
Nice.
And
that's
Dave,
the problem.
And the funny thing, Dave, Dolores C. Tucker. I had this with Dr. Aaron Smith. Mm-hmm. We sat there and it was our fault. We sat there. We were mad at her for going to Congress and trying to get rappers to stop calling women bitches and hoes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. She went after rappers. She never went after the 6 Jews that were signing them.
Yes.
And that's the problem.
She never went after those corporations because there was no way she was going to get to them. Listen, we're going to have you back on the show. Anybody got another question?
But wait a minute. So if she cut the legs off there, you don't think it would affect what's at the top?
Not at all, because there's always somebody else that's willing to do it. It was like when everybody tried to cancel Nelly for the butt crack thing on Tip Drill. There's always a thought in the wings waiting to clap her ass and get a card swiped through her butt. If you stop Leor Cohen like Dame Dash kept asking y'all to, and y'all thought he was crazy and arrogant, we wouldn't be in this mess. Who won the East Coast West Coast beef? Jimmy Iovine. Who got more money from Beats by Dre than Dre? Jimmy Iovine. But you don't stop it. Clive Davis ruined Whitney Houston with that ridiculous image and never treated the fact that she was doing coke way before she had a record deal.
Yes.
And then they blamed it on Bobby Brown.
Hold up, Dave.
Say that.
He took Whitney straight out the rehab and sent her on tour around the world.
Around the world.
And that's when everything went. That's when everybody heard the video clips of her voice cracking, of her. Like, I've been saying Clive Davis is the devil forever. He had the Grammy party downstairs while her body was still in the fucking tub.
Yep.
It was literally still in the tub.
So it must go on.
Like, that sometimes and I'm part of it. We get so caught up and we get so blinded by this stuff. You go like, how the fuck is Clive Davis still our friend? And when I mean friend, how do we still support this shit?
Because we don't know any better. And we love white adjacency more than we love black independence.
No, but my thing is like, I get it. We don't know any better. And I got a joke where I go like, there's a time limit. There's a statute of limitation on we don't know any better. Because motherfucker, we do. We just choose the easier way now. We know what we're listening to in hip hop is wrong. We know better. We know.
I'm curious to get Dave's opinion on R. Kelly with the new allegations with the little boy. I know we're supposed to be wrapping up, but yeah, we gotta have him back.
Wait. So how do we go after these record executives?
Okay.
Here's the thing, right? There's only two things, and me and David Banner have this conversation all the time. There's only two things that rich white people understand: the loss of revenue or the loss of blood. Right? You can't really go out here and start slicing them up and jabbing them up and killing them up, and I would never advocate for that. But if you starve out that machine, the machine will crumble. What do you need a record company for? Don't you have an internet? I got digital distribution right now through Sony. I do exactly what I want, put out the music absolutely the way I want it to. Who can't I reach? Who can't I touch? I told Michael Shawn this the other day. I can get that billboard right in front of Six Flags and put up anything I want about Michael Shawn in 25 minutes. All it takes is understanding how to play the game, and you don't ever have to worry about them. But we keep putting ourselves into positions of subservience to people based upon our ability to have talent and our inability to know how to manage money and know how to run business. And that is why we continue to lose. So if you want to cut them off, cut off their money. Say we demand that we're not going to do this. Oh, yeah. And by the way, cut off anybody who supports their tours. Cut off anybody who plays their videos. Cut off anybody who gives them a sandwich. And watch how quickly things change. It's that simple. If you think I'm lying, look at the LGBTQIA. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I agree with that 100%.
Say that last part again. You said you got a TED Talk. Look out. Say it again.
No, I was just.
I missed. I was about to say, wait, what I missed? I was reading the comment. Then okay, all right.
Then I know we got to end. But how do we? I got your number. I'll call you and talk to you about this.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's as simple as we don't ever just tell each other, "Yo, I'm not fucking with this music no more." Like I'm not supporting your music on what you're saying. Like there is a level where you go like, "Dog, we can't keep supporting the same thing." I know there's a white man behind it.
Yep.
I know there's a Jewish man behind it.
Yep.
But we're jumping on it and listening to it with our kids.
Bro.
Like at a certain point, just on the grassroots movement, the famous grassroots movement, I'm not messing with you no more. And I'm not letting my kids hear it, and we're not going to it no more.
Right.
And I hate to say it because the artists wind up getting hurt first before the Jewish owner, before the white owner. But what do you want us to do?
The artist be held to a standard. Like, at what point do we stop shaming people? Like, we don't shame these folks. We let them do whatever they want to do. You let these morons who can't conjugate a verb put up stacks of damn money to their ears like they're talking on the phone and dance on tables in front of boardrooms full of white people. And you don't shame that. You cheer it on and you post it on these damn sites and wonder why they look at you like park apes. Because you see park apes being fronted everywhere. Like, start shaming them and they will conform to what a standard should be. You don't see Vietnamese people doing this. You do not see Chinese people doing this. You don't see the Italians doing it. And when the Italians start getting out of pocket, they're like, yeah, we ain't with that Jersey Shore stuff.
No, they shut down the Jersey Shore stuff. They literally go, no, we're good.
Stereotype.
All right, Dave, we got to have you back.
I'm around.
And thank you for thank you for being patient. Thank you for being patient, for waiting with Claudia. Claudia's a good friend. You're a good friend.
And I do not hate Claudia Jordan at all. I just want to go on record to let Claudia Jordan know I do not hate you.
No, Dave, on the low, I think you used the B word 5 times. I think it was 5 B words you texted me. I don't know.
Well, baby,
I'm not gonna put my cell phone on the screen, but I think Dave Anderson, the business bully, good friend of the show. We will have him back. We'll probably have him back next week, and he'll be in Dallas, Texas next month. He's gonna come out here.
I'm gonna have to come back out there
with Skeet Carter. He's gonna be out here. So make sure we gotta wrap this up. Definitely show. Thank you, Maria. Man, the show's
a lot of
going
love.
by.
You got a lot of people saying they want back. Somebody asked, were you married?
Yes, he's married.
Oh, yes, he's married. Okay. Cool.
And he go hard in the paint for his wife because I done watched him go off
married?
live.
They asked if he was.
They
if
came
he was
for his
married.
wife.
Oh, Dave? Why do someone want to come after me now that I'm married and got money?
No, that's what it is. When you secure and your finances are straight, and now you got somebody now. All the same chicks we couldn't bang out on Thursdays at the happy hour. All the Thursday nights we was trying to bang people out. Now all of a sudden like, yeah, but you so adorable. No, you should have been there on Thursday because ladies were in free. I don't understand why you did. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second, and never let somebody steal your happiness. It belongs to you. Fight for it. For Claudia Jordan, David Anderson, Jay Black, Sexy Mo, and my girl, Shawnee Scott. We thank you for listening. We'll be back on here tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.